But Nikki had like the perfect level of. I mean, she's obviously incredible at her job, but I thought she had like the perfect level of joke where like everyone was having fun and she was jabbing people, but it wasn't like you're a back and everyone hates you. Like,
I knew the minute that she had the Sandman. I mean, when you're goofing with Chalamet and calling to Adam Sandler and he's jumping in, I was like, you are working the room.
Yeah.
Today's episode of KFC Radio is brought to you by Jackpocket, America's #1 lottery app.
Jackpocket.
We hit 1.22 billion over the break. And I had a moment where I was like, I think I'm going to win it.
Did you?
Yeah. I just think it's like this is going to be I said this. I made a video. I said, this is your sign to go buy a ticket. It's $1.2 billion. And you need a story to win the lottery. And your story is going to be, I didn't even know the drawing was happening. I was scrolling through Instagram. This guy that I follow told me it was at $1 billion, and I bought a ticket, and I won. It's a good story, right? And I was like, well, you're going to have to split it with me, because my story is I've always had this obsession with these big lottery jackpots. And now all of a sudden, Jackpocket is a sponsor, and I'm talking about it, and I'm buying them, and so I'm going to win. So I had the story, and we hit $1 billion. I had to win.
Someone won?
California. It's always California. Like, do I have to move to California?
I always thought it was
a lot of California.
I always heard it as like it was always like the South.
South is there's a lot of that.
I had no idea. But
there's also just a lot of fucking people in California.
Yeah.
But I was like, I think this is gonna happen. 1.2 billion, bro. It was top 5 ever. I think it cracked number 5.
Really?
I think the highest got to like 1.7, which is just fucking nutty. So we are back. We're not at the billions anymore. Let me see where we are at, because this shit goes quick these days. That's the good thing, is that you'll be back in the 100 millions pretty quickly. Right now, Jackpocket has Powerball at 222, and Mega Millions is a paltry 62 million. So we'll see. We got to get those back up there. We'll see if we can get one of those mega jackpots coming. But the easiest way to buy your tickets, whether you're doing the big ones or Cash for Life, pick 10, take 5, win 4, Numbers Eve, all of those, right on your app, on your phone, on Jackpocket. You don't have to leave the house. You don't have to scramble last second. Oh, the drawing's at 11 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock. I got to get my ticket. I got to go to the gas station. I got to go to the bodega. None of that. Just pull out your phone. You can either pick your tickets or click random numbers, and they do it for you in a matter of seconds, and then you are in for a drawing. It's Jackpocket, America's #1 lottery app, and right now, promo code KFC, you get whatever ticket you buy for free. So usually $2, whatever. You're in the drawing for $220 million. You get it for free. You could win tens of millions, hundreds of millions, maybe $1 billion one day for free when you use promo code KFC on Jackpocket. All right, it's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. We're back, baby. I could grab you and kiss your skinny little white person lips under that big nose. I could kiss you on the lips. I'm so happy to be back.
I took like a vacation. First of all, Jackie, Allahu Akbar.
What?
Doesn't Jackie look like your mom?
Love that. Whatever it was. Loved it. I'll walk back, baby. Walk back.
Stand up and show stand up and show your whole face.
Oh, what?
You look like your mom, dude. A little early for Ramadan, I'd say, but I've been holding into that for like 20 minutes while Jackie's been fixing cameras.
Because I saw you doing it. Like, whenever I walk in, you do such an up-down, and it's so mean every time. I was rushing. Like, sorry, I was rushing.
We need to see the full fix. It's not just the top doesn't do it justice.
The top does not match the pants at all.
No, but it's just the white with the sweater vest over it is
it's very this like this is your vibe. Like literally exactly it.
Wait. Oh shit.
Do you have a hat?
Oh shit.
No, don't.
Do you have a hat like this?
Don't give me a hat.
No way.
Where's his hat? I know I have his hat. No, did I leave it at home? I can't possibly.
I mean, this is literally your fit right now.
That's so mean.
No, I don't have it.
You look like the leader of an Islamic
but it's
center.
like a sweater vest is like such a normal thing to wear.
Yeah, but with the whites under it.
The white underneath, and then like the white kind of linen.
The white
pants.
on white is like
because they wear like very linen-y, like
but
flowy.
All of my I had a blue that didn't. I had like a bright blue, and that didn't go with the brown. So I was like, I guess I got to do like a cream. Because undertones.
We need like one of those like scarf things that they wear over it. Yeah, that would be perfect.
It's so good to be back.
Yeah, that's why before the show, I was like, no, you have to be on camera.
I had a feeling that I was about to get roasted.
I can't believe I don't have the hat.
What would make you think that we would roast you in your outfit? I'm sending you this picture right now that you must edit into the video. You must. That is a directive from us.
Then you guys are like, why do you just wear like sweatshirts and like?
Yeah, guess what, bitch? You can't win. Welcome to the fucking show.
God damn.
Dude, I needed to get back so bad. Ugh. It was like 2 weeks. It was like 2 full weeks.
It was 2 weeks.
A lot of kids, a lot of family, a lot of downtime. And I'm the king of downtime. I've always loved it over the last several years. I really can't do nothing the way I used to do it. But I had that, reposted that video.
It's crazy.
Come stand here. Yes. Come right here. Come stand right here. The people need the full look. Jackie will stop in the middle of this and pray towards Mecca. Get your mat out.
Do they have like whites on under like sweater vests?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you look straight out of like Zero Dark 30 right now. There's a scene in Zero Dark 30 actually where they're like meeting and they're like kidnapping someone. I forget. It's kind of like in a garden by a reflection pool. And there's 50 guys standing around that pool who look like you.
Nailed it though. You look great.
Honestly, it's a great look.
Oh, is it?
It's a great look. It's just someone already has it.
Yeah, like no one ever says the imams are not dressed well.
Right. Like I look sharp right now. I look like a sheep farmer, but like there's an occupation who has this outfit.
So yeah, I mean, I'm back. We're back. I'm the king. I'm like as I'm doing nothing, I'm always like, I gotta get back.
Yeah.
But then when I get back, I'm like, I can't wait to get back home and do nothing. It's when they say,
but
like,
that makes sense. That's like human nature. Like I served purpose today. I was useful to people today. Now
then
it's
I'm gonna
my
do
own
nothing.
time.
Like even there was a couple days where I would just go out and do menial bullshit, but it was like I left the house, I drove around, I returned some shit at the store, I don't know, whatever.
I earned
but I did
being
something.
alone.
Yes. That's the main difference. I used to just be able to wake up and be like, I have nothing today, and I'm going to do nothing for 12, 18, 24 hours, keep it going.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, I got to at least pretend that I'm doing something. But it's also, when people say like live in the present and like, I do like the exact opposite of that. It's like when I'm working, I want to be off. When I'm off, I want to be working. When I'm with my kids, I'm happy. I'm like, I want to see my kids, and I see my kids. I'm like, I gotta get fucking rid of these kids.
Yeah.
I trick my. It's like every night I was with my kids. I was with them like the whole break. I was like, I can't wait to watch a movie with them tonight. They're watching Avengers movies now.
Yeah.
So we're going through the whole fucking thing. And then
next year.
But every single time we start a movie, they just ask questions the whole fucking time. And I'm like, but I forget. It's like I have amnesia. I'm like, we're watching a movie tonight, and the movie starts, and I'm like, oh yeah, wait, it sucks watching a movie with you guys. This is not enjoyable.
Don't get anything. It's crazy.
Wait, 7 and 9? You don't understand how this fucking tech billionaire has a fucking thing implanted in his body that makes him survive, and there's these Russian terrorists who are using his weapons? What don't you get? What is it? But or then like we're playing a lot of basketball, so like I'm like, all right, let's go to this court. We're gonna play some hoops, and I'm like, wait a minute, I have to play basketball. I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm sweating, I'm out of shape. Like this sucks. So I forget. I trick myself into these things, and then I do them. I'm like, I don't want to do these things. It's like I can't wait to get back to work, and now I'm here. I'm like, it's time to go home yet. I kind of want to watch some TV. Literally the polar opposite of like live in the moment and enjoy. I'm always just like, is this almost done?
Yeah.
I didn't even consider doing anything for New Year's Eve. Didn't even consider it.
Oh,
it was not even like people were like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "What am I doing for what?" Like we already did Christmas, like New Year's. I was like, "Oh." It's like same thing if people ask me like, "What am I doing for Thanksgiving Eve?" or "Are you going out for Cinco de Mayo?" I'm like, I don't even remember these days exist anymore, man.
Going out for Cinco de Mayo like after
17.
I was gonna say mid-20s. I was gonna say 30, but like you're safe in that range.
You
but
can
going out after 30 is racist, I think.
Their culture's not your costume.
You're a 36-year-old who celebrates Cinco de Mayo. It's like, all right, dude, what is your deal?
You can kind of do a work happy hour.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna go out to fucking Chili's across the street and do like shots of tequila. It's like, okay, fine. But if you're like, where are we going for Cinco de Mayo? And you have your hats on and shit, your sombreros, you're racist.
Do you think shopping Cinco de Mayo or what's it called? St. Patrick's Day stops first?
Oh, Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco
de Mayo is just like a JV, an extremely shitty JV version of St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day also, again, is probably like where I'm from, but like there is like people celebrate. People just go out to celebrate the culture of Irish, where like obviously yes, you have young people going out and like binge drinking, but like some people just go out, have a Guinness, have some like fucking corned beef
bread or whatever,
like and like it's. Go to the parade.
There's ways to do it without just being like a degenerate douchebag.
Yeah.
Although that's the main way to do it. That's another one that does stop too, though. It's like if people ask me what I'm doing for St. Patrick's Day this year,
nothing.
Well, same thing I try to do every day. Play video games, watch TV. Like I'm not doing that shit. But yeah, being back is good. There needs to be some order in the goddamn world.
I don't know, man. I belong.
You've been off the grid, yeah.
I belong to the mountains. It like honestly, it was like
how long you been there?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
It has like I was like I get it.
Are you skiing every day? Or are you
skiing? I wake up
every day?
I go ski, ski for a couple hours, come home.
That's a good like now I can do nothing because you really like you worked out, you've like experienced, you've seen views, you've sweat, you've done it all, and then it's like now I'm gonna fucking do nothing.
I wake up, I go to the mountain probably like 9. I ski to like 1. I come home, smoke a little weed, work out, smoke a little weed, write a little bit, read a little bit, watch some movies and TV, make some fire.
A regular Ernest Hemingway over here.
I was like full blown. I'd ski for a few hours, then I'd go watch a little live music, have a drink, come home, smoke some weed and exercise, smoke some weed and write, smoke some weed and watch movies, wake up, do it again.
I was like,
this is it.
I think
This is it, dude.
I do think I think the exercise is so clutch as you get older to earn that nothing.
Oh yeah.
Like that's why I think I'm turning 40 soon.
40, honestly,
40's got to be a change for me.
I think it was one of your
40's
videos that
gotta
said
be a change.
Like I think Keegan or Shay said
Shay,
like,
that bitch, that bitch. We're making a video. Shay's in her influencer era. She's
The basketball one.
Yeah. She's always like fucking around on my TikTok. Like she doesn't post anything or like view anything, but she just makes TikToks, titles them, captions them, and then deletes them. But she loves to.
I don't really watch reels a lot or anything like that, but I watched that one. I love that.
That was so fun. She's like, this is my brother Keegan Clancy, and you know me, I'm Shay.
Yeah.
And she's doing the hands like the young girls do now. And she's like, that's my dad. He's 39. I was like, oh, hey.
That was I always think of us as the same age. I heard Keegan say that. I was like, Kevin's a lot older than me.
No, we're not. We're not the same age. You know what it is? Like when we were younger, our age gap was different, I think. Like when I was probably like 30 and you were 26.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
Yeah.
I'm getting married, going through kids. You're still like young and dumb.
And we didn't talk as much then, so it wasn't as
right. But that I think probably like 35
I guess we
and
did
30.
we didn't talk face to face as much. We talked as much.
Yeah, because it's fucking computer and Zoom and all that shit. But like 35, 31, 36, 32, I get divorced. I'm kind of single again. Like we kind of like came back together. But then I think something happens because nothing has really changed in my life. But like, and if anything, you're kind of coming more that way. But I just feel the gap of like 40 to 36. It's like you're still barely. You just hit mid-30s. I'm 40.
Right.
That's gross.
Well, it's also like you hit like teenage boy video games, and then you hit like old person in a rocking chair.
Yeah. We kind of.
So it's like
Yeah.
we kind of took like a weird turn.
Yeah. That is true.
You hit old person in a rocking chair.
We should get you a rocking
Dude,
chair.
He
needs to just be rocking.
Honest to God.
That's just a sweater press.
Tell me you got one of the house.
Sweater.
Huh?
Do you got one at the house?
A rocking chair? No.
I'm sending one up.
But
you need one.
I do. I've become obsessed. I'm a very much a Vermont guy now. It's my whole thing.
Oh my God.
This is going to be like the girl who studies
annoying?
abroad.
What?
This is going to be like the girl who studies abroad.
abroad.
I'm obsessed with jam.
I knew it. Maple syrup, jam,
Dude,
fucking
I make jam. I don't make it.
little
I don't make
fudge
it. No,
or
no.
some shit. I don't know what
I
they
make toast and jam like every day. This is the best.
I can see myself getting into jam. I would like to get in on that action. I want in on that action.
Dude, right, like I'm doing like pepper jams, not even sweet
No
jams.
way.
Jam gang, jam
all
gang.
kinds of jams, dude. It's fucking. I'm big on jams and fires. Fires. I'm like, I just sit by the fire and just like stare at it.
Bro, I am the king of fire. Have been the king of fire since I was like a kid. The amount of money, I'm looking into getting like a cord of wood from like a lumber yard or some shit because I just spend money on Duraflames and like little like actual wood, but I'm ripping through them.
The
Like it's so much money.
The house came with wood for the winter. It's almost gone.
Yeah. I was gonna say
It's almost gone.
I was here for a week. It's gone. Yeah. There is something. I don't know if that is primal, like biological, like humans fire need. So when you see it, you're good. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm cold and I need it.
Dude,
there was that fucking week where I didn't have any heat because my goddamn house is still not even close to done. But just like it is, like you look at it, it's mesmerizing.
Yeah.
You feel like there's something to do with that heat versus like your regular heat. I don't know. There's something going on there.
It's also I was thinking because like the house is pretty in the middle of nowhere, and I was thinking about it as like when I come home, and I have the fire going, and I'm like outside walking in, I'm like, oh, it smells so good. That's like it like relaxes me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is me from skiing. I imagine if I was like out hunting and foraging for food, the smell of fire would be pretty fucking incredible.
Yo, it's like life.
It's salvation
like life.
is right there.
Water and fire are here. Yo. That's why I mean I have to make changes. But I think I'm hitting like there's such a difference of like wanting to make a change and needing to make a change. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I would like for years I would like to have gotten in shape and whatever, but I'm like I don't want to. Now I'm getting to a point where I'm like I am not doing well and I need to make changes. So I have to do it. I am happy to announce, and I don't know how this happened, I'm off the ice cream.
Really?
I'm off the ice cream.
That's
I
good.
feel like I'm like coming out of like the Betty Ford clip. I'm sober. I should get a chip. I should really get a chip. Like, I mean, I'm not kidding.
You did for like a good year plus.
It's also
Like,
been like
I think
6
I did,
days,
like-
though, for the record.
What's that?
It's been like 6 days, so you can't.
No. This happened. I mean, it's not
Okay,
much longer,
okay.
but I've probably been like a month.
Oh,
It's
wow.
not like it's not a New Year's thing. It's just like I don't know. All of a sudden, I just stopped doing it. I legitimately, I'm not exaggerating, did like a pint of ice cream. I probably had like 800 pints of ice cream in the last couple of years. I had what's 365 times 2. Like I definitely had a pint of ice cream a night for 2 years. I'm not kidding about that. Crazy.
That like
It was like a literal addiction. Like I could not stop myself. And then I just went like
you're eating that much dairy every night.
I know, but dairy's always been like my family. We do dairy.
Yeah.
Cheese, milk. It's like I've never had like when people are like, oh, I'm lactose, or if I have this.
It's
like, if I have
so
dairy,
weird. Everyone
I'm
like turns 30 and can't drink dairy anymore. I'm like,
I could do a gallon of milk. I could eat a pint of ice cream. I can have a brick of cheese. That doesn't affect me. But I just went cold turkey. One day I had it. I mean, for a long time, every single time I hit that Haagen-Dazs caramel cone, I was like, every bite, I was like, oh.
Was it the same flavor too? Like you didn't get sick of it?
Haagen-Dazs caramel cone every
Ew.
time. And then, like, whenever this was a few weeks ago, I ate it and I was like, that was good, but I was like, I don't know, take it or leave it, and I just stopped.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what. I mean, I probably replaced it with something else. Definitely not. It's not like I'm not snacking, but it ain't fucking 1,500 calories of goddamn.
I mean, like
goddamn
I
ice cream.
do the same. I don't.
It's just a pint of ice cream is extreme. Like you can have a lot of snacks, but people don't eat a pint of ice cream.
I eat as much sugar and as much calories.
Yeah,
as
right.
you do. It's
Right.
just mine's a little more.
But there
spread
is
out.
something to like, yeah, it's like you spread it out. You have it like I don't know. I just like.
If it's in your head being like, I just ate a pint of ice cream, I'm a piece of shit. Like the mental of like knowing that you just ate a pint of ice cream.
Yeah, like when
is
I
that.
started you guys shaming me, like when he's like, yikes, it's like okay, well I gotta. Yeah. It's like the same thing with drinking. It's like if John thinks you're drinking too much, like you're drinking too much. So that's a good step in the right direction. We're back. We got a lot to jump into. Gametime, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. I'm going to Knicks Hawks, Martin Luther King Day.
Oh.
With the kids. First Knicks game. Martin Luther King Day is like a thing for the Knicks. It's an NBA thing in general.
Yeah.
So it's a big game.
Is this the kids' first game?
Yes.
Fuck
First Knicks game. They've gone to baseball games. They have not gone to a basketball game yet. Shea is so gassed
They haven't
up.
catched the Rangers?
We have not catched the Rangers yet. We have not seen
We both said catched there.
Yeah. Well, I said it because you said it.
Yeah.
Shea is obsessed with the Knicks, and I fucking love it. Like, she is dialed in. I told her we were watching Marvel the other night, and I was like, but at 8 o'clock, the Knicks are on. She was like, forget the movie. I want to watch the Knicks. The Knicks are owned by James Dolan, who owns Cablevision. He wants you to have cable. So guess what's not on any of the fucking streaming services? MSG.
Really?
So you have to have cable. And then Optimum, I don't have Optimum, but Optimum just dropped MSG because Dolan was like, it's another $15 a month just for MSG. And Optimum was like, we're not doing that. So now Knicks fans like everywhere are struggling to watch. So that sucks. So I had to buy a streaming service. It's like $90 a month.
Oh, it's like that Nessun 360 shit. It's like crazy
No,
expensive.
yeah, I mean, well, it's just another streaming service. It's not one of like the specific sports ones, but it has MSG on it. And I told her, I was like, I don't think we're gonna be able to watch, baby. It's on NBA TV. But then if I buy NBA TV, it's blacked out because we're local. It's just a whole thing.
Yeah.
She was like gutted. And I was like, I will pay $900 a month right now to be able to watch this. But we were watching, like, she is dialed in. Like, I'm teaching her who Carl Anthony Towns is, and talking about the trade, and like the Bulls came back. We went to bed at halftime. The Bulls, we were up like 12. We ended up losing by like 25 to the Bulls. Stink. And I told her in the morning they lost, and she was like, "They what?" Like she is in on the Knicks, man. So Gametime is hooking it up for me, Keegan, and Shay to go on, a day where tickets are like, if you want it like courtside, it's like legit $5,000 to go on MLK Monday.
Really?
So I'm not expecting those, but even to just get in the building, it's going to be pretty expensive. So Gametime, hooking it up, getting the best price possible. That's what you want to do, is get the best price and the best tickets available to any sort of live events, sports, stand-up comedy. You can go get those tickets to Francis and John, concerts, Broadway, any live event where you can't get
I'm
tickets.
going to Broadway Thursday.
What are you seeing?
All In. Mulaney.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's going to be
Jacked
dope.
up. Yeah.
So get your tickets through Gametime, and you can use promo code KFC to score great deals. They also have the Gametime Picks, which weeds out all of the like ridiculously overpriced and underpriced and bad seats. Gametime Picks deliver the seats that you want at the prices you want. All easy. All you got to do is hit GT Picks on the app. So download the Gametime app. Use promo code KFC for all the new deals. What time is it?
Gametime. Who?
We're getting there, Jackie. We're getting there. We are getting there. Skip Bayless is in some hot water.
Skip Bayless.
Do you think these allegations are true?
From what I've read, probably. Yeah.
For those who don't know, Skip Bayless is amongst the people at Fox Sports who are mentioned in a lawsuit. This former hairstylist said that there was a Fox Sports executive who was touching her and groping her and said, like, you need to fuck me. And then when she didn't get her contract renewed. And they said it was a very common thing, or at least a well-known thing, that he used his position of power to coerce women into having sex. Skip was also all over this chick. She used to cut his hair like every week, and he said he would always find excuses to touch her and like kind of like basically like beg for her. And she was like, I have kids, don't do that. Like I think she said, like, I'm Muslim, I can't do that. Then she said, I have cancer.
She tried to go the cancer route to turn him off. That didn't work for old Skip either.
What a dog! You think I won't fuck you because you got cancer? That ain't deterring nobody, girl.
That was like,
bro. It's not.
So that was like she said because she had cancer in hopes to like turn off his advances, and I was like, that's not gonna work for Skip.
It gonna work. Yo, here's the thing. Do I think that you having cancer precludes you from banging me? No, I do not. You going that far to try to reject me is what should stop you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I'll be honest. It would work for me. If you were like, I have cancer, I'd be like, ugh.
I don't know. That's a good thing or a bad thing. Is that honorable or despicable?
I think
Is John not? Think about that. Is John being like, oh, if you have cancer, I don't fuck you? Sounds chivalrous,
you have
but the way
metastasizing cells in your body,
your body's rotting and turning on you. I'm not fucking you.
I always think that, and it's actually very funny.
I think that's despicable.
I think, is it?
I don't know. It's very honorable, but also like, what if a girl liked you and was like, will you fuck me? And you were like, you have cancer. No. That's
like if my wife gets cancer, see you later.
Yeah, the ugh is where you lose me. Like, it could be honorable.
Right. But that's what I mean. A girl saying...
Is there not something gross about a sick person? We're talking about the ultimate.
That's where
this is the ultimate sick person. Like, I don't want to be. It comes with so much. Like I'm gonna have to care for you and
Jesus.
That's the worst thing you could have said about that.
Now I have to care. I have to have emotions for you.
It's a whole thing.
No, but it
now.
depends.
I'm signing up for a whole thing now.
This is
you know what I mean?
It depends on the angle you're coming.
Literally, for sickness and health is like the first.
But
first thing you agree
the wife
to.
thing was I don't have a wife. The wife thing was a bit of a joke. If I'm like working,
He's like, not really, but
like if I'm working through suitors, one's got cancer, one doesn't.
I'm picking them.
The one without cancer's got a leg up. They got a leg up.
I'm not driving the lemon off the lot. I mean, I know ahead of time. But I think there's a massive difference. If a girl is like, I like you, you're great, we're compatible. By the way, I have cancer, and you're like, get the fuck out. You're despicable. If a girl is like, stop it, I don't like you, and I have cancer, then you have to respect her cancer wishes.
Yeah.
So it all depends on what angle she's coming from.
But I actually weirdly recently watched the Sunny episode Charlie's Got Cancer, and I was thinking, I was like, why this wouldn't work? Because that's not gonna turn anyone on. He's like pretending to have cancer to get banged by the waitress.
But girls maybe with the whole like I'm gonna save them, fix them, that sort of thing.
Again, I can't relate to like wanting to save someone or fix somebody, so I don't know. Like I like them pretty perfect.
But let's say you.
I like him imperfect. Is that what you said?
No, pretty perfect.
Oh, okay.
Like,
let's say you found a guy, he's great, but he's like, I got cancer. Is that changing things for you?
It should.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
yeah.
Like it's a huge thing. It should really change things.
Yeah, but would you just be like, all right, I'm out?
yeah.
This is what I'm saying. That's the like.
You guys are dirtbags. You guys are dirtbags. I'm for sure getting caught up in that. Going to your funeral and meeting your family. We're just talking
here. If it happens, I'm getting roped in.
I mean, I'm proposing. We're marrying. I'm holding your hand while you die. I'm raising your kids, and
it's. What were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
I don't know.
No.
But that's why. Is because I don't want to get emotionally attached and then be like, well, that was for.
Yeah.
I'm on the record as telling people like I was always like, if I get in a car crash and I'm paralyzed, if I get cancer, like you go. Don't fucking stick around. But then the person's always like, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
But again, they want to. They just don't want to be known as the guy who ditched. The girl
I'll
ditched,
dump you. I'll handle this.
Right. It's one of those classic
clean
like
up this mess.
I'm firing you, I was going to say, because, you're not going to do it yourself. But so Skip allegedly, none of those things deterred him, and then he allegedly offered her $1.5 million for sex. Now, on the one hand, Skip Bayless has got it like that. So 1.5 is probably like within the realm of possibility to just blow it on some pussy. On the other hand, that seems like a crazy number. For just like, I mean, I don't want to be rude, but like it's not, we're not talking like Kate Beckinsale here or some fucking like Hollywood, it's not Kim Kardashian that you're like begging for a night with. It's just like a hairdresser that like, so if that number is true, that man has like a sickness. If you're putting out $1.5 million to just have sex with some random woman, like that's crazy.
It should be
crazy.
People are always kind of like tax billionaires, yada yada yada, trying to figure out new tax bracket stuff. Like if you've offered someone 7 figures for sex, you're in the tax bracket.
Tax the pervert.
Yeah, you have too much money. You can't be offering that's 7 figures for sex. Dude.
Right. I'd rather you like blow it on like regular partying and drugs and shit like that before you just offer some random fucking hairdresser $1.5 million for sex. I said that better come with a $1,999,000 lottery ticket.
Like it's
I'll pay you a regular prostitution amount of money. You're just a hairdresser.
Everyone's got 40% until you're trying to fuck for 1.5.
99.
Like, all right, you got busted, man.
Yeah.
Now you're taxed to the fucking gills.
Now the other thing was that she went to Joy Taylor, who is the host and moderator of Undisputed, right?
I think so.
First Take Undisputed. One with Shannon Sharp and Skip when that was around. And Joy Taylor said, "Get over it." And then in all of the lawsuit filings, there was also just this like quick detour, I guess, to show that Charlie Dixon, the exec at Fox News, does this kind of stuff. I guess that was the point. But there was this quick little detour that was like Skip Bayless did not want Joy Taylor to be the host of Undisputed. She was a radio host and like and worked at a bar or something. She was a bartender, and he was like, she's not good enough. And Charlie Dixon was like, go to dinner with her. I think you'll like her. They went to dinner, and he was like, I still don't want her. And then Charlie Dixon was like, you have to do this as a favor to me, which I don't know if the rest of the lawsuit said it explicitly, but that section that I saw, obviously reading between the lines, it sounds like he slept with her and then gave her the job because of that. So it's like that's what Charlie Dixon does. So Joy Taylor is now, she slept her way to the top, and she's telling female colleagues, get over it, that you're being harassed. Skip is offering $1.5 milli for sex. This guy Charlie Dixon's firing you if you don't bang him. Fox, who knew? I mean, the shining star that is the institution of Fox not handling things correct. Who knew?
I like the guy who he just sexually harasses everyone, but he can't get fired because he supplies everyone coke. I like that guy. He's like, I know I got this shit on lock.
I got the hookup, and I got all the dirt, all the bodies.
He's like, I forget. I obviously didn't read like the full filing, but the highlights I read was like, I forget his name. It was something, but he's just a behind the scenes guy who just sexually harasses everyone, and like he never gets disciplined because he supplies everyone with cocaine.
And then Manuel HO deleted his accounts. But is there like word on him, or he just was like, I'm out of here? Was he named and implicated?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, he was banging Joy Taylor.
Oh, okay.
And
okay. I didn't.
At the same time, she was banging Dixon. I
mean, I think of Emmanuel H.O. and she's banging. That's okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's maybe not a great job, like career wise. Like it's just like stupid
I think
to fuck
she
someone at work.
told.
But it's when you're fucking somebody above you and getting a job because of it. That's no bueno.
She.
Although
told,
I don't know. It's like I was watching the Golden Globes, right? And Gal Gadot was on screen, and I was like, that woman. She stinks as an actress, but my God, is she beautiful. And so she's going to get roles. You got what you got. You use what you use. You know what I mean? It's a little bit of a false equivalency, but it's like, I don't know. The game's the game, bro. I mean, it sucks for the person who doesn't get the job. That's the real problem.
In the Emmanuel Acho part, it was like, I think Joy Taylor told the hairdresser, I forget her name, that she was like sleeping with Emmanuel Acho. Nasheen Faraji. She was sleeping with Emmanuel Acho, so he would recommend her for
okay, that gets a little dicey too.
Speak for Yourself, which I think is the show that she's on. Mm-hmm. And then there was just an outright tweet, like camera to video tweet from Emmanuel Acho being like, Joy Taylor's the right person for Speak for Yourself. I think that's why he deleted everything.
Got it. Part of me, deleting is like never the answer. I think deleting the whole account is the move.
Yeah.
Like deleting these individual tweets, you're fucked, but like, it's gone. And then it's just like, I'm in Vermont.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know what
you're talking about, bro. That's a spicy one, though. If all that's true, Skip Bayless offer. What's Ernestine going to think?
That's
not good. That woman needs to divorce that guy. When he came out and was like, I told her you will always be second to sports coverage. I was like, God damn. I mean, I get it when you're like a superstar in any field, but like phrase it as like work comes first. When you're like sports cover, the way he said it was like, I need to cover LeBron James more than love you. God damn.
I remember he had like a Washington Journal or Washington Post, Wall Street Journal, something like that profile a couple years ago about how he has, this is all from memory, so something's a little sketchy maybe, but he has an apartment in New York that he keeps just to eat Chinese food in on Wednesday nights. And everyone's like, this is so wild. This is so weird. He's fucking chicks in it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not.
Come on, bro.
Ernestine's not like, Skip's got that Chinese food place in that little flop house for his Chinese food in the city. Like Ernestine's been pretty well aware that Skip's been banging for a while now.
For real. And I must say, it's never a surprise when someone of means, money, power, fame is having sex with someone. Skip Bayless. Bro. You've seen those pictures with his shirt off. He's got like that Vince McMahon body.
Yeah.
It's like, can you imagine like Skip Bayless like talking during sex? And, like, come on. I feel like he leaves he's always wearing those Jordans. I feel like he leaves those on. Skip Bayless is wearing a pair of patent leather Jordan 11s while he's banging you.
He's definitely guilty just because he's done this. Like him going on PMT finally, you get like.
Oh, you think
in retrospect, his actions of the last 2 months
let me become likable
have been like, let me try and get people on my side.
Very Diddy, like the last year was like he put out an album, he gave everyone their rights back to their music. A whole bunch of shit that was like, I got to get this music out, I got to try to become the hero because I know what's coming down the tracks.
Yeah,
that makes a lot more sense for sure.
Yeah, I mean, just going on PMT in and of itself is obviously
After all these years, like, why would you do it
But
now?
after all these years,
Right.
like, why are you going on now?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's-
because you're trying to sway some opinions.
Yeah. You probably should save that for about a year from now.
Right. Yeah.
Lay low for a little bit, then come back, and people go, he was kind of cool on PMT.
Yeah, he was funny.
Now it's like you kind of wasted your bullets. It's like, listen, tale as old as time. It's never gonna stop. There's always gonna be guys making advances on girls. Girls are gonna sleep with people to get to the top. None of this is new. It'll always go on. But when they describe it, it's like he was like grabbing her hands, being like, "Please, like, why don't you come home with me?" And she was like, "Look, there's cameras around, people around." It was just like, "You're just doing that." Like,
I'm Skip Bayless.
right?
I can do whatever I want. I built this place.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
I hate Dancing on Grace, but I hate everyone at Fox.
You hate who?
Huh?
What'd you say?
I just hate everyone at Fox.
Yeah, man.
I not like
Not a political thing. I just don't like their.
No. I just mean Fox Sports.
Yeah.
I just, like, none of them have ever been entertaining to me. I don't think any of them are.
It was always
interesting
kind
or-
of like a XFL
yeah
to like ESPN. You know what I mean?
Shannon Sharp. I actually take that back.
Shannon,
I like
had,
Shannon.
Well, but Shannon's also. I don't think like he is Shannon Sharp now.
Yeah.
The way he like Joe Rogan. Like
Right,
he is
right,
like
right.
his own Club Shay Shay and all that is like. I don't even know. Does he do like a sports show anymore? Like
I don't.
I think he just does like his show.
Wait, no,
right?
he's on First Take. He's on with Stephen A.
Oh, right. Cause,
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. I don't even think of him as that anymore. So
No.
I guess he still is. I'm sure he cashes a fat check for it. And
Yeah, but he left
he's-
Fox Sports because he's talented.
And he was like, "Fuck Skip Bayless."
Right.
He was like, "I don't like this guy."
But
I mean, he is
Joy
the-
Taylor. I never found particularly interesting. Emmanuel Acho, Skip, Nick Wright,
Colin Coward.
Coward, like fucking Jason McIntyre. None of those
None
people
of those,
ever was
yeah.
I like. Ooh, they have interesting sports. So I'm happy to see them fail.
And I mean,
Not fail, but
oh, I want to see it crash and burn. We'll see where it all goes.
I do think that kind of this might have been what you were saying, but like if you're a girl and you go out of your way to sleep your way to the top, that's talent. Like that's like
See, we're feminists.
because you have to have like a certain level of confidence, a certain like willing to risk it all. Like I don't think I don't have it in me to sleep my way to the top. I don't have that talent. But like some girls are like, I'm gonna go straight to the fucking top. I respect that. I want that.
I don't
and
think
that's
I've
a way
ever.
to get.
I don't think I've ever loved to take more than it takes talent to fuck your way to the top.
Talent, baby.
Because you know what? Not wrong. It's absolutely diametrically wrong, but it also is not
But
wrong.
you have to be built different. Like you have to.
But
like,
it's one of those things. If you just put that confidence into your work,
Yeah.
you know, it's like Bernie
Well-
Madoff running the scam. It's like just put that into the stock market. That effort, you'll probably be good.
Yeah.
But there's something to be said for like
No, but, like,
I'm gonna
that's
fuck
just,
this
like-
guy and then fuck this guy and then they're like I'm gonna hold it over their head. Like I've always thought it's pretty crazy to be the girl who's like go to someone who's very powerful, rich, whatever, and be like, I will fucking burn you down. And then, you know, they're like, okay, here's the job. Or they could be like, I'm going to have you killed. You're going to end up in a car accident or what? You know what I mean? It's just like that's extreme, but it's just, it takes a certain level of like, you don't give a fuck to
And-
go pressure someone like that.
You could like also like I get it. You could put that energy into your work, but also like the biggest business moguls are like finding new ways to do things. It's a new way. It's a new way.
It's
of
an old
innovation.
way, babe.
Okay,
It's an old way.
It's an old way,
The
but
oldest
it's like
way.
a back.
Yeah,
it's like
it's
pardon the
a-
pun, it's like a backdoor way. You know, to get
You do that, you go right to the top.
I actually thought about it in the stuff I was reading. I was like, God, she does have like an insane amount of confidence, Joy Taylor, because and I follow her on Twitter, so like I've seen her always like quote tweeting people who say she's a nepo baby and like trying to dunk on them and all this shit, and she's not because she seems like she was using her body separate differently, but like she also kind of is, because to have that kind of confidence at like 10 years ago comes from like being like, well, my brother was in the NFL.
Yeah,
like
there's just something you carry yourself that way.
like having that kind of confidence as a nobody is crazy. We're like, 'cause in the filing, she's like explaining to the hairdresser, she's like, no, I'm fucking this executive, and I'm gonna when he finally promotes me, and then I'm just gonna say he sexually assaulted me. And like she was just
said all
telling
that?
like,
Wow.
she was like,
I didn't
she
read
said,
all that. That's
it was
crazy.
like I'm gonna say he forced him when he tries to fire me. I'm just gonna say he forced himself on me. And then when the hairdresser found out she was banging Emmanuel Acho as well, she told her, she's like, "This is probably not a good idea to be banging both these guys."
Okay, wait. I didn't know that. This part was, I wasn't
And
hearing
she
this
was
part of
like,
that.
"Oh, please, I have a ton of power now. Don't worry about it. I can fuck whoever I want." Like all kind of stuff like that. And I was like, to have that kind of confidence is crazy.
It's like Office Space. Like you've got upper management written all over you, girl. This is what it takes to become like an evil billionaire. Like Joy Taylor might become president because you're just that wired. I'm different. I'm her. I'll fuck all you and burn this place to the ground. I'm Joy Taylor.
Okay, for the record, I don't condone like blaming sexual assault on other people. That's not Bill.
Yeah, no. If you're gonna fuck somebody to the top,
That's
do
against
it
the Quran.
Do
You
it
do it with integrity. What? Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Did you say that's in the Quran?
that is not what the Quran preaches. Islam is peace.
It's so spot on.
No, but you're right that like fucking your way to the top, not admirable, but just like happens. You know, entrapment, sexual harassment, entrapment, no bueno.
Yeah.
Just like, suck the skin off that executive's dick until he's like, you can have whatever you want. You earned it. Being accusing someone of sexual assault when they didn't do it, not cool.
Again, speaking of the confidence, so when this is like 10 years ago, when she was banging Dixon, I think his name was?
Charlie Dixon.
Charlie Dixon, she was engaged. And they all went to dinner. To go out to dinner with...
Crazy.
It was her and her fiance, Dixon and his wife, all went to dinner. And at dinner, her fiance was like, "Well, you're clearly banging this guy," and they got divorced like right out.
No way.
They ended their engagement. No, I think she was recently married. So she was recently married, and the guy was like, "Well, you guys are clearly banging," and they got divorced. And then she was engaged to a new person. I think someone who played in the NBA. Name I didn't recognize though. When she started banging Emmanuel Acho, and that dude found out, and it was like, "Dude, stop putting the people you're banging in the same room together."
or like whatever you're doing when you're around these guys, everyone knows. You're banging.
Yeah.
Like, just don't flirt with them and talk. You know what I mean? You sit down to dinner, it's like, oh, wait, these two are fucking.
You're married to her?
I've been fucking her. I thought I was going to marry her. What's going on here? Yeah, I mean, she's a scary one. She's a succubus. Those girls are dangerous, man.
Dude, I had a girlfriend
scary.
once who used to, she'd be like, she'd just outright say, "I'm a succubus." And I'd be like, word.
Let's go to dinner. I mean, yeah, you know it when you're stuck
she
in
would
it.
say it like proudly. She's like, "I'm a succubus." And I was like, I don't know what that means.
Wait, what does that mean?
It's like
If I found out, Jackie.
Yeah, succubus, a siren. It's like, I'm going to, use my feminine wiles
That's
to
crazy
like
that's called a
manipulate you.
succubus.
Huh?
It's crazy that it's called a
It's like
succubus.
SUCCUBUS.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the Jezebel, is succubus, is siren. There's like 40 words for it because they just need to keep coming up with words to to describe women who will prey upon men and fuck them.
Oh, I always thought it was like a little tiny organism.
No, I don't think so.
Really?
Oh, I mean, it might be like, something that preys upon, I don't know, like let's see. I think succubus is like a, no,
you're right. Yeah, female demon.
Yeah.
Oh, I honestly
Yeah.
always pictured it in my head as like a cell.
No,
like a little
no,
centipede that would like eat.
According
That's-
to
I-
folklore, a succubus needs semen to survive.
Oh my God! I'm gonna
Repeated
call
sexual
everyone
activity.
I can marry her.
Repeated sexual activity with the succubus will result in a bond being formed between the succubus and the person, and the succubus will drain or harm. I mean, it's literally women and men. Like, that's it. It's like, I need semen. You want to give semen. Let's go, and then I've got you, and I will suck the life out of you, but you can't stop because you want to keep giving me cum.
I always thought of it as like I thought of it on a cellular level. That it was like something like almost like a
I can see-
janitor.
I can see what you mean.
And, like-
Succubus is a good hard-hitting word. Like, I was thinking, Donald Trump. I wonder how much of that has to do with like Donald Trump.
Trump for
Kamala
sure.
Harris.
Trump is a name, like,
Yeah, Trump, Donald Trump. Suck you, bus.
Yeah, but the fact that there's all those words for like women that you should stay away from because they will wreck you. It's been going on for a long time. It's the new year. Everyone's trying to do their healthy thing. It's not easy. It's hard. People are busy. You don't have a lot of time. That is where Orgain comes in. Orgain makes 30 grams of protein shakes. One shake, 30 grams of protein. That is crazy, actually. That's like all you need right there. You hit a 30-gram shake, you got all of your protein.
I believe 30 grams would be 75% of your ability.
What?
I think it's 75%.
Of what you need?
Of what I
a daily
think,
intake?
I think
In one
so.
shake, bro, that is.
I mean, for like a woman, that's like 25%. Or that's.
30 grams of protein is a lot. So if you're on the go, if you're busy, you got kids, you got work, you don't have time to cook, you don't have time to make your protein meals, you don't have time to hit the gym necessarily, do all the things that you really want. Orgain is the best way to get that source of protein, that source of nutrition, all in one easy shake. You're never too busy to just drink a shake, and they taste great. They provide you all the nutrition you need, all the protein you need. And in this new year where you're trying to do things differently, but I always believe in setting like reasonable goals rather than be like, I'm going to run like 10 miles a day. It's like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
But if you could be like, I'm going to drink an Orgain shake per day instead of having this breakfast or this dessert or whatever, get 30 grams of protein in that way, that is a great first start. There's no quick fixes to your health, but you can certainly start with or an Orgain with an Orgain shake. So head to Orgain.com/KFC, use code KFC, and get 30% off your entire order. That is the best offer you're going to get for one of the best protein nutrition supplements out there. So Orgain.com/KFC, promo code KFC for 30% off your 30-gram shakes today. Golden Globes were last night. I can't imagine a better feeling than Nikki Glaser right now. Although, I mean, she just had this happen with the roast, but I feel like this is just on a whole another level up.
Yeah, she wasn't the host of the roast. She was the star of the roast, but this is
she is. I would be interested to see though, because she said the viral reaction to the roast was overwhelming. I wonder which one is bigger right now.
I would guess the roast.
I would think so too, because it was you're coming out, and now it's we know who you are. But there was still a lot of the New York Post was writing who is Nikki Glaser? Find out all about the host. It's I forget sometimes that we live in a world where I don't know. To me, it's who is Nikki Glaser? She's been around forever. She's been successful forever. But there are still people who are just tuning in on CBS for the first time, being who the fuck is that?
Yeah. But also the Brady roast, I bet, got way more viewers than the Golden Globes.
Yeah, I would think. So.
I would get.
But it's different demo. You know what I mean? It's a whole a whole group of people. Maybe it's not as big, but it's just more people who don't know who you are. And you start to get in with if CBS, ABC, NBC, these people are we want you to host the Oscars next. You just keep going up. But
also the Globes have people who are just tuning in just to see who's winning and all that stuff. And they're aware. I think most people who watch the Golden Globes are aware of performances. Yeah. Whereas people who are tuning in for the roast of Brady were probably oh, funny chick. Yeah. What the hell?
Dude, it's so funny you said that. I said about Whitney Cummings on CNN because I know that there was a bunch of people who were in the video, I was me no think women funny, but me make fun of CNN. I don't know what to do now. That must have broke brains because she went in there and clowned CNN and clowned Democrats and all of that. So I'm sure there were people who were I think I like her. What's going on? She went nuts. She went ham too. She deserves some props. She that final minute where she was just I'm just gonna say all the shit that I don't think I'm allowed to say. And when they kept letting her go, and she was can I? I'm still going. She's please stop me, Andy. Please stop me. That was great, though. I thought she. That is a new thing that they've been trying out in different things. Nikki did it with Thursday Night Football, where it's do a minute of stand up with no audience, no reaction. That's hard. Yeah. But if you just you have to really know that your jokes are funny, and I feel Nikki and Whitney know that. So it's there's no laughs right now, but I know this is good, right. So I'm gonna do it. So I think that takes a certain level of confidence, but. I think the Golden Globes is perfect too because it's a limit. By the way,
I think what you're saying about the Nikki and Whitney on CNN and Nikki on Prime. I remember I said it probably 6 months ago when we had Akash on, and I was talking about being in where my parents are from and kind of in the middle of nowhere and seeing local restaurants having stand-up comedy nights. Yeah, and I was I think I said I was this comedy bubble's about to burst. You notice it when other industries are starting to siphon it. Having the CNNs and the Primes start doing stand up comedy, we're on our way down.
Yeah. I mean, comedy's in a weird spot like that where it's it's bigger than ever and making more money than ever, but then it gets watered down and.
Not that obviously Nikki and Whitney are two greats, but I mean just when other industries start being oh, we can make money with that, is when it's going to get oversaturated, which we probably
both of them they Whitney was as big as Whitney is and has however long she's been around. she was definitely experiencing like a, here's the woman from CNN's New Year's thing.
But they've also probably always done they've always had some kind of person to lighten the mood. So I'm probably wrong. But.
Yeah, I was gonna say the CNN thing is like their thing is now that New Year's special with Andy and Anderson. So it is like a little bit comedy. It's like you're putting on a comedy
Anderson
show.
Cooper and Andy show.
Right. But like the Golden Globes I think is good because I think it's like a little more limited of a role of hosting, right? It's not like they cut back to you every single time. You know what I mean?
The Globes?
Yeah.
They cut back pretty often.
I feel like the problem with like the Oscars and some of those other ones is like you're seeing these people like it's like the fucking time. Just keep some of the like sometimes it just goes from presenter to presenter. You know what I mean?
But
I think that's
a
good thing.
They do that at the Globes too. But I think it was as often as you see any host.
I think that the article I read right before it, she was like, I know I'm going to smash this. She was like, I put in an obsessive amount of work.
Well, she also did a great job in PR beforehand. Because she was like, I feel like after Ricky Gervais, everyone always wanted like a pound of flesh from the crowd.
Yeah.
Like they were like, go out there and fucking embarrass those those celebrities. Like,
who do they think they are?
And then like that obviously gives a weird tension in the room where you're like, well, I want to be laughed at where I'm laughing with you.
Yep.
I don't want to have a public lashing, like a public display of like, being torn apart. But I'm down to play.
Right.
And I feel like there were like 10 years where it was just like, everyone be like, get Ricky Gervais back. He's the only person who'll call him fucking scumbag pedophiles to their faces.
It's like, we're going to have this party to celebrate these people. Fuck them!
Right? And you're like, no shit. And you're like, no shit. Like, no one's into it. Like, this isn't fucking fun.
Yeah, that was a little of the problem last year, too. It was like some of the jokes were like...
But Nikki did a great job in like the 2 weeks leading up to it, being like, we're having fun.
Yeah.
Like I think I even saw a quote from her where it's like...
Ironically, it's like the Ricky Gervaises are like kind of the ones taking it too seriously.
Right,
You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, we're just here. Yeah, we're a bunch of rich, pretty people, and we're just like giving out awards. Like, fucking...
I love when people get mad about the idea of it. Like, it's just rich people celebrating themselves. But then they'll go off to like their Salesman of the Year conference in Boca. Like, it's the same fucking thing, dude.
Right.
It's the same fucking thing. They're just hotter and richer than you.
Right.
And it's
like,
guys, this is the weekend of the year, bro. Like, Salesman of the Year, boys. Like,
live it up.
It's the fucking
hit
annual
our
event
quota.
celebrating your profession.
And also, you love TV and movies and all that shit. It's like you love this whole fucking world
Right.
until they like say like, hey, this is let's celebrate this. And like, fuck you.
But Nikki had like the perfect level of she's obviously incredible at her job, but I thought she had like the perfect level of joke where like everyone was having fun and she was jabbing people, but it wasn't like you're a scumbag and everyone hates you.
Yeah.
It's
I
like-
knew the minute that she had the Sandman. I mean, when you're goofing with Chalamet and calling to Adam Sandler and he's jumping in, I was like, you are working the room.
Yeah.
And even like little corny things, like, and this is a testament probably to the writing team and everybody who comes up with it. Like they had that scoreboard for.
That was great.
Like
That
it's
was great.
like a corny little bit, but I was like, that's funny.
Yeah, no.
God's been mentioned 0 times, your mom twice, fans 11 times, whatever. Like that was funny. That's
There
a
were
good
like
bit.
3 separate times where I was like, I started to cringe. I was like, oh, she's throwing a perfect game and she's gonna fuck it up with the song. And then she flipped it on me and she's like, oh, this is dumb. But like, it's also, he could have gone either way because you're gonna be popular is funny and Nikki's got a great voice, so like it was good. But then her cutting it off herself was like, she gets fucking reading the room perfect. And by the room I mean like the audience, including the viewers at home. She's like reading it perfectly right now.
She went right to Howard Stern in the morning to do some press there. So I feel like you do the Globes, you hit the after party, you go do Howard for a few hours. She probably walks out of there at like 10 a.m. whenever he ends. Dude, you talk about earning the right to do nothing. Can you imagine that feeling? The feeling of like, I got this gig probably a year ago. I've been obsessively working on it. Hype and pressure and all that. I fucking nail it. I party. I hit Howard. I go home. I wouldn't do shit for like 6 months, man. Be like, see you later. Although now it's probably the time. It's like, I gotta go do a movie. And it's just how it just keeps going until you fucking like kill yourself in a bathtub. And eventually it's just too much and the pressure's too much. But shout out to her. That was sick. Dude, I have not been as mad at my television, Jets games aside, than that fucking French guy giving long ass speeches with his interpreter. That was crazy. If you don't speak English, you don't speak the language of the show, You get up there, you say thank you and good night.
See, I actually had the opposite reaction where I was loving it because it was so clear he's funny and she was butchering it. Like they were. I was like, she's not. The whole time I was like, she's not delivering it right. If she said that, I bet he said that funny.
I think you're giving that guy the benefit of the doubt.
No way, dude. When he took out his fucking note card and he said he's superstitious, so he didn't have anything prepared as he was taking the note card out. That's fucking funny. She obviously it's very hard to deliver so funny through a translator.
Yeah,
but I'm like, that's good,
dude. And then he got back up there and did it again, though. I think it was him.
He said his second time he was very brief, and then he called someone else up.
Yeah, no, she wasn't great either. I was like, put Selena Gomez on the mic. Let someone else fucking talk through this.
No, Selena Gomez got roasted because she like did a show or like some kind of a Spanish show, and then everyone was like, "Wait, you don't know how to speak Spanish at all." It was apparently terrible.
It was this movie that won a shitload of awards last night.
Yeah. Which I had no idea the premise of that. That's a fucking weird movie.
I still haven't seen it.
It's like a drug lord transitions to Hyde, right?
It's I honestly don't even really know. I know it's like musical and all kinds of shit. I don't really know much about it.
I thought that's what it.
But that was the movie that he directed it. He wrote it.
I was stunned when Wicked didn't win. It's just like it's Wicked's year. Nope.
It was crazy. Nate had a great tweet, whereas like they had the Blockbuster Award.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Wicked probably had the biggest box office. No, I bet Dune did. But the
that's a good question.
I thought if you're giving out a movie for like blockbusters, Twisters was the blockbuster.
No way.
Oh, what?
No.
For a definitive blockbuster, yeah, for sure.
Well, what do you mean? What do you call
like an action movie with bangs?
No, but I don't think that's what necessarily blockbuster means. Yes, and I know how you're describing it. I think there is like most popular.
Yeah, no, I know that, but like when you're using the term blockbuster,
I would like a category like that. It needs to be like best bad movie.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's just highly popular and financially successful.
Yeah, that's what I think they mean. But we use it as like Michael Bay movies or blockbusters.
Yeah.
But I just for all the talk of Wicked, I mean they won one, but that's. Not good. Well, Shogun won 1,000 things. That show's awesome. The only problem with Shogun is, and this is the reason I haven't finished it. You gotta read the whole fucking time. I mean, it's in a different language, but like, it's one thing when there's different languages in shows, and you can kind of like every now and then. But it's like you cannot be on your phone. You cannot be distracted. You cannot watch with kids. You cannot have anything else to do. You gotta read the fucking whole goddamn. It's like reading a book. It's awesome, but you gotta really commit to it. Other things.
Wicked did beat Twisters, but did not beat Dune 2.
In money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that checks out.
But also like
Wicked
the first 4 are all cartoons.
Also, Wicked just came out.
Yeah, but I would guess
most of their money's in.
Most of their money's in.
Yeah. I also wonder.
It was what, a month ago?
At least. Oh yeah, because you're only in theaters for a couple months.
It was like a month and a half. Yeah. It was.
I also wonder if there's a little bit of we know part 2's coming and we'll like give them their due then.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks for them now, but like it might just be like you get a second shot. Amelia Perez does not. Sort of thing. I loved Colin Farrell's speech. His speech, his delivery, the way like to go up there and be like, "It was all me. I did great," and then to hit like the craft services people. And just give all the credit to the it's like it's not hard, you know what I mean? Like the fact that so many people
it's just step one, have an Irish accent.
Yeah. Be super handsome. Look, entirely different from your fat, gross character.
Dude, the best was the.
He's so hot.
He like I said it while we were watching, but like I was like, I know I'm not unique here. I'm not like the only person alive who thinks it, but like that's the coolest man in the world.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He is.
Because he's also, he had some down.
Oh yeah, like, he was a big time addict for a while.
Yeah, you gotta have some grit too. Yeah, it's like
I don't know about big time addict, but he was a young hot guy in Hollywood who made a shitload of money.
Yeah,
and is sober now.
Right. And then smashed it with Penguin.
Oh, sorry. No. What public figure do you think gets referenced most in songs?
Great question.
I think it's Jordan. I think it's gotta be Jordan. Michael Jordan.
Well, it's God.
No, other than God.
Allah, I should say.
That's the only reason he said the God.
Was
to work a line.
No, I said God, then I looked at you and thought Allah.
Is that what they? Is Allah?
That's a great question. I wonder if there's like a AI way to do this. Like ask some, but AI never fucking works. By the way, for me. Like I do that AI, the ChatGPT shit. Like I was just making a video, and all I wanted to do was find out how many games the Steelers have won since 2022. Because I was comparing, like Steelers fans want to get rid of Mike Tomlin, because he can't like take the next step. But it's like they're always in playoff contention. That's stability,
right?
Versus the Giants, who are like, we need to have stability. It's like your team sucks. You don't have stability. Anyway, I wanted to find out how many games they have won since 2022, which is when this Giants regime started. How many wins have the Steelers had since 2022? Couldn't give me an answer. It gave me the answer of how many wins they had in 2022, and then I was like, how many wins and losses have they had since the season 2022? And they were like, their results have varied from year to year. If you want more stats, you need. I was like, how are people worried about this taking over the world or replacing my job or telling me that it's going to write a Hollywood script? I'm asking it a super basic question, and I'm sure I don't have the most powerful one, but it's like if this thing can't just add up how many wins for the last 4 seasons.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
I could have just done it myself, but I was just like, it was right there, and I was just like, can you give me the answers? I have a calculator. Nope, wrong.
I mean, bro. 10, 10, 9.
All right, but now do
29.
Now do how many losses?
Okay, 7, 7, 8.
How many losses?
14, 22. Look, I am not an AI guy by any stretch of the imagination. If you're looking it up for the last 2 seasons.
Well, I was sitting there trying to word it, and I was like, I could have fucking done this in 5 seconds. I could have had this.
I've never used like ChatGPT or anything like that, so I don't know how easy the process is, but I know it's easy to Google Steelers record. And but you know what's funny? You mentioning AI is it's the I was watching a commercial the other day. It was about like it was for maybe a dating app or something like that. AI is now it's just the word for technology.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't mean anything.
Lost in the,
like they were like, and we use AI in order to find your best match. And I was like, well, any other commercial before this year would have said we use technology.
Yeah, I mean, artificial intelligence is a computer.
It's just like we get. Yeah. They don't. I guess people use it as like a buzzword to be like, oh, they're using AI, but it's like, yeah, they're using a technology I don't understand.
I think the different. What you know, if I had to, without being an expert in the field at all, I would say artificial intelligence is like the ability to evolve and develop like on your own as a computer.
Right.
And if you're doing that, like that's AI. But if it's just like, but
like as far as the consumer goes, like we don't know if it's AI or this technology.
Right, you just get the end product.
You just find me someone to fuck. You're a dating app, dude. I don't give a fuck. I don't care how you get there. Just get there.
Right. Like if you're like, I don't use Tinder. I use the one where AI matches me. It's like, who fucking cares, dude? You're just gonna fuck someone and accuse them of sexual harassment. What's the big deal? But back to your question. Jordan's a great one.
I could see Monica Lewinsky.
Good one. You know who was a pretty good one? Donald Trump.
Trump was
in a lot of rap songs.
Trump came right to my mind.
Yeah, Trump has a lot. Jordan. Gotta be a chick.
Nicki Minaj. I feel like there was a decade where Drake and Lil Wayne put Nicki Minaj on every song.
Yeah, she had a clutch.
Dude, that was such a funny clip. Speaking of movies and shit like that, Chalamet's epic run.
Chalamet.
He went on promoting the movie.
Dude, the Theo Von interview, you see that?
I mean, I saw he did it.
Awesome on Theo Von.
Really? But that's what everyone says. He's like the man. But there was one clip he was with Nardwuar, and I guess him and Nicki Minaj went to the same high school.
Okay.
And so like Nardwuar asked him a question about Nicki Minaj, and he's like, oh, shout out Barbies, shout out Queen, like I'm the original, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And someone just quotes, he goes, he not even promoting the Bob Dylan movie anymore. He just running for Gen Z president.
He is the man, dude. He is my number one.
Yeah.
Want to have an interview for so many reasons, because at the very end when we can just be like, just take a look at this clip before you leave. But he is the fucking man, and he was on Theo Von, and he was so genuine about Bob Dylan. The Bob Dylan. What's it called? A Complete Unknown?
Complete Unknown.
That movie should just be called fucking Bob Dylan. Yeah. Get out of here. The Bob Dylan movie. I saw that. It was like Timothee Chalamet, A Complete Unknown. I was like, oh, did he do a second movie? It's like, no, it's just that. He was like...
He did do a second movie, though. He did Dune 2.
Yeah, that's right.
He did 2 nominated.
But so he was talking about that. He was like, I am proud of Dune 2 and Wonka. Basically being like, I like the blockbusters, because he was saying, he was like, the popularity... He's like, old Hollywood, it's not really a thing anymore. Where like you're a star and you become like this massive thing. I guess he didn't really. I think he was kind of alluding to this, just TV and streaming and this and that, you know. And he was like, so when you can do like a fucking blockbuster, you do it. And he was like, and I do these interviews and I am out there because I think I have to give back to the industry. He's like, he wasn't throwing shade, but he was saying like the Daniel Day-Lewis's, and there was someone else he said that's like reclusive. He was like, like Hollywood's giving them so much, but he was kind of saying Daniel Day-Lewis was able to be a superstar, even though he was like reclusive. Now it's like you got to get out there. And he was like, I need to give back to Hollywood because Hollywood's given so much to me. And then went on this little tangent, being like, I loved it and I hated it all at the same time because he was very down to earth, and it made me like him even more. And it's kind of important to check this box. He was like, I know I'm not, out there doing manual labor, working in the coal mines. Yeah, but it's hard, And part of me was like, I don't think that Timothee Chalamet has to put that fucking disclaimer out there. I think we should acknowledge it's fucking hard to make awesome movies because like 5 people can do it. And he's like, it's 14-hour days, like 6 days a week. You're on location, you're doing action, like, and I put my soul into it, and like I'm proud of it. But I know, it's like, no, just stop, period, stop. And the rest of the world should be like, fuck yeah. And your movies are awesome, and you're cool. We like it. But there's some asshole out there going, oh, yeah? Why did you fucking dig a ditch like me? Because he's talented, and he's hot, and he's awesome. So fuck you. I'm so sick of that, like, having to put out the disclaimer. It's like, different jobs are hard in different ways, okay? Right. Yeah, okay. Your job in the coal mine is super tough. You might die. Also, I don't know, have you ever had the pressure of, like, 5 million fans invading your privacy every second? I don't know. That's hard, too. Like, but again, you gotta throw that out there so you don't sound like an out-of-touch asshole. But it's like, I don't think it's out of touch to say it's hard to make awesome movies. Yeah. But yeah, his
more people say fuck with my name afterwards every day than will ever know you exist.
Know you. Yeah, nobody even knows you. You can go do literally whatever you want at all times and no one knows or cares. Timothee Chalamet like farts the wrong way and it's like on the fucking back page, I would imagine, who do you think is I would say he's like the most liked person in like pop culture today?
Yeah, I mean, he's certainly right now, this moment, yes.
Or like least hated, because I still don't know. Like if you ask like my dad who Timothee Chalamet is, I don't know if he's in there yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like the people who know him, I would say there's like 100% love rate.
I would agree with that. Right? Glenn Powell's probably up there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people actually. I'm just like running through like names from last night, but no one's like the
Chalamet's
megastar.
Like cool. He's a cool guy. But he's also like not cool like Colin Farrell cool. He's like, it's cool that you like have those silly videos from high school where you're like rapping and you make fun of yourself, but also like you bagged fucking the baddest bitch in the world. It's very funny to me that like he's now kind of come out as like a normal guy, but when he first bagged Kylie, he was like this artsy fartsy kid, and it's like, nah, I still want to fuck that girl with the fat ass and the fake tits. Like, give me the bad bitch.
I loved when The Rock came out. I'm sorry, when
how about your boy Vin?
What?
Not taking a shot at The Rock, but making things a little awkward.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Keegs texted me about it right away. She's like, "What's going on?" Yada yada. Or maybe I texted whatever. Someone texted Keegs. I was texting with Keegs, and I was like, throughout the caveat, I was like, "But here's the twist about this. We have to remember, Vin Diesel is a terrible actor." And I bet that there was just like, that was supposed to be the public breaking of the ice. We went out there and was like, "Hey, Dwayne."
Yeah.
And he went out there and was like, "Hey, Dwayne." And he just delivered the line wrong.
Dude, that was so bad.
And then this morning, like in Variety, it was all like Vin Diesel and The Rock like publicly like acknowledge each other, and like you could tell.
Did The Rock say something back?
Huh?
Did The Rock say anything back? Was he? On the
he
mic
just
at all?
smiled, and then
but he went like like he went away quick.
But that also like is like, that's the normal smile. It's just it's usually on a camera on you.
Yeah.
It's weird if I keep smiling at you for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Like,
okay,
it's like normal for me to go. And then, like the camera sits on me, then it looks like I'm not.
You
like,
hate him, yeah.
Right? But I was like, I bet that he just didn't deliver that line right.
I also think there's a chance that he went out there and was just like, all right, I gotta say my lines. How you doing? like a kid, like a puppy dog ran in the way. It's like shiny lights. Oh, hey, Dwayne.
But the spin, again, it's not even spin, but it's just like, like Variety, Hollywood Reporter, stuff like that. Like they talk to management and agents first before, so like everything from them was like, they publicly buried the axe, where everyone else was like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
And I was like,
The people have spoken.
I was like, I knew what happened. I knew he just didn't say it right.
Yeah, no,
not
he's-
that he didn't say it right. It's just like the way he talks it just sounds very like sinister.
Yeah, he looked like a fat idiot too. Not Vin's best.
Dude, I would love like a side by side. Every Fast and Furious I go to is like. Yeah, now Vin's still in the beater, huh?
Not giving it up. Should probably be in like a hoodie by now.
He's probably what 55 years old
At least, right? He's got to be up.
I think
How old is he?
Fast 6 maybe was the first time I went like, ooh, maybe time to start getting away from that. Vin's looking like me in a beater. 57, yeah,
Bro, that's crazy. I guess actually, I think he kind of looks good then.
yeah. No,
You
no,
know,
no.
like 57. Is Vin Diesel just? What is he?
I don't know. He is a twin though.
Mark Sinclair? No way.
Yeah.
There's a Van Diesel out there.
His
Mark.
his twin looks nothing like him.
Mark Sinclair is like. He's kind of very racially ambiguous. First team all racially ambiguous.
Mark Sinclair, that's his brother.
That's him.
That's Vin Diesel's name.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious reminds me of Marvel, which I have another question.
Reminds you of what?
Marvel,
black and Italian.
for some
No.
reason, just like fan base. I don't know. What has a bigger fan base, WWE or Marvel?
Marvel
Probably Marvel.
by a lot,
Really?
by a real lot.
Okay.
I mean, they're the biggest movies in the history of the world.
But yeah, fair point. Fair argument.
WWE has
W-
an
but
insane
WWE
amount of fans, but like,
Insane amount of fans, and
but-
the craziest fans. Like,
yeah. But we're talking about
like-
places that made like $1 billion
So true.
opening weekend at the box office.
I wonder though
Strawberry,
how
that's a
how let's see
strawberry.
how many WWE fans. I mean, there's obviously no way to really quantify this, but like
Are you trying ChatGPT?
But I guess I
according
don't know.
to a
Like, now that I'm
22
thinking about it,
to a
like,
2022 poll, 89.9 million Americans aged 8 and over identify as WWE fans. It has 100 million subscribers on YouTube.
Like I feel like little kid, but I guess little kids Marvel too.
if you're talking about a fan, well, it depends how you're defining fan. Like if a fan tunes in every week, maybe it's WWE.
Well, that because also it's like these movies come out, they watch it, and they go away. People
Yeah.
watch like you said, every
Like,
week,
people like Marvel
they pay
once a year.
They pay like $99 for a fucking pay-per-view, like once a month.
Yeah.
And then there's also the people who are fans who like maybe don't pay. You know what I mean? They're just like, I'm a fan of it, but I don't have the money or whatever. Like if they might have 99 million like people who subscribed for the WWE channel. That's not all your fans.
Yeah.
You know. But I don't know how many Marvel fans are there. I mean, I can't imagine. That's U.S. adults aged 18 to 29, 62% consider themselves Marvel fans. 62% of Americans 18 to 29 say they're Marvel fans.
So that if you,
But that's half of. I mean, it's not 100 million.
No, but
But then you add the kids and all that.
and
but
add
like,
worldwide.
And but also I feel
worldwide
like
is
it's like,
probably. I don't know. Wrestling's pretty popular. It's a good question.
Yeah, it's a
but
better
if someone
question.
would ask me if I'm a Marvel fan, like I've seen Marvel movies, so I'd be like,
That's
yeah.
the other thing. How do you define your fan?
Versus if you're a WWE fan and you're saying yes, I'm a WWE, like you know WWE.
You're crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the other thing too. Is like I bet one WWE fan is more valuable than one Marvel fan.
100%.
You know, because
like
I'm
when
buying
you
the merch, I'm buying the pay-per-views. I'm like,
if you ask people, are you a WWE fan? You're getting a yes or no. If you're asking, are you a Marvel
I
fan?
watch 'em.
You'll get
Yeah.
like yeah, I don't know. I see the movies occasionally. I don't really like. I don't tune into all the shows and shit like that. But like a big movie, I'll go to.
Right.
So like there was probably a time in my life I would consider myself a Marvel fan. Right now, I wouldn't. But like I don't hate if they come out with a new
I
like
think
big
if anything,
movie.
I've been pretty bad. I think Marvel's been bad for quite a while.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I think like when Marvel was hot, like pre Endgame, like I'd probably like I like Marvel. I fucking love Marvel.
It's funny watching them all in a row the way I am right now. It's like this is the same movie.
yeah.
That same fucking
Honest to
movie.
God, that's what did it because I watched all the Marvels leading up to Endgame, and I did it like in the order or whatever.
Yeah, that's what we're doing now. Yeah.
And by the end of it, I was like, Endgame's gonna be the last one I watch.
It was awesome, but it was like it's just like the formula of like introduction, tortured past, Like, sex scene. Even like with Iron Man, it was like there was a scene in the beginning. I didn't think there was any sex in those movies, and there's not sex, but like Tony Stark is like rolling around half naked with a guy. They're like, why were they kissing? I was like, how cool is this house? Did you see those suits? And then the next movie, he's like doing it again, and they were like, that's like the last girl who he's kissing. And I was like, oh, like same exact timestamp and everything, same fucking movie. But the WWE just tonight will be Monday Night Raw on Netflix.
Oh shit!
And they put out the trailer.
Oh, that's a bummer.
That it's on Netflix.
Well, it's just like every time now, like every Monday night and Thursday night when I go to my Netflix, it's probably gonna be feeding me that.
Yep.
I don't like that.
So I think that'll make it even bigger.
Yeah.
Because I think that it get fed. Like wrestling fans go to like the USA channel, they go to WWE Network. This is now like. I don't know. I might tune in tonight.
Yeah.
When I open up Netflix, I haven't watched wrestling in a while, but I want to see if they're like gonna go all out for their first Raw.
Right.
So you probably get a few more fans, but they're an interesting one. That's like up down, but like they're good.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, I saw a clip of Vince McMahon trying to solve the Middle East. Which is a thing. Like the Middle East loves wrestling.
Oh yeah.
But this was like before they really did a lot of their pay-per-views there. He was like, I'm gonna say something. He was like, could I? What's a way to like solve the Middle East crisis? Have a wrestling pay-per-view there. And he goes, and you're gonna say to me, did I say that? Yeah, I did. And the way he said, I was like, this is so fucking perfectly Vince. It's unbelievable to just be like, wrestling is the answer to everything at all times. He's maybe not wrong. I think one of the most confusing things when you're growing up is building credit, where it's like. You can't get a credit card unless you have credit, but how do you build credit without a credit card? And it's this whole circular thing, and that's where Kikoff comes in. Kikoff is a smart, legitimate credit hack with no catch. There's no hidden fees. There's no credit check hit. None of that. It is just a smart, easy, legitimate way to start building your credit. You pay your credit on time. Credit bureaus start noticing. Your credit builds. You get rewards, and Kikoff helps all of it make it simple. All you got to do is make on-time payments, and they see your good behavior, and everything starts to go up. You can start building credit immediately with Kikoff for just $1 per month. You set up auto pay. You never have to worry about missing any payments, any late fees, any credit hits. It's just $1 a month. Kikoff will help you build that credit so that you can eventually get that car, that house, whatever you need. You're literally building your credit while you sleep. So sign up today. No credit check is necessary. You can cancel anytime. There's no hidden fees or anything that traps you. It's the #1 credit building app out there. It has over 100,000 positive reviews on the App Store, and 98% of them are 5 stars, so you know it's the real deal. If your credit score is under 600, you could jump like 28 points in your first month. So not only will you build good credit, but if you have bad credit, it'll help you dig out of that hole and help you get that score where it needs to be. So get your first month for just $1 at Get Kikoff. That's Kikoff, no C in there. GetKikoff.com/KFC and get 80% off. That's Kikoff without GetKikoff.com/KFC. Kikoff without the C at 80% off and start building credit today. Must sign up via GetKikoff.com/KFC to activate offer. Offer applies to new customers, first month only. Subject to credit approval. Subject to change. Terms and conditions may apply.
Point stat based on Equifax Advantage Score 3.0 changes for Kikoff users starting under 600 who made their first on-time payment between January 2021 and March 2024. Payment and credit activity outside Kikoff can have an impact on your credit. Individual results may vary.
Before we get into voicemails, I think we got to play that clip from that comedian about Barstool fans.
Before we get into that, we have to talk about. I guess we'll do this is where we talk about our coworkers. So Pat came out to Vermont for a few days, and I hung out with him for like 2 days straight, which I've never done with Pat.
You guys are banging.
And he talked about, and I think this is all gay people, talks about fucking guys so much.
Yeah, it's like
that I was like, if this was a straight guy and he was talking about women, I'd be like, "You're gay."
Yeah.
So
are you straight? Yeah.
So now I'm like, "Is Pat straight?"
Yeah. No.
Like,
Yeah. You guys are always talking about fucking.
Every guy that walked by, he'd be like, "Murder my hole, murder my hole, murder my hole." And, I was like, "Dude, if someone was straight and doing this with women, I'd be like, you're obviously gay."
Yeah.
Like, Pat might be.
Wants so much pussy. All I ever hear from Pat is how much he hates fucking women. And guess what? I think you like fucking women. I mean, he is just constantly.
He was like, I mean, it's funny. He's like, "I let that guy give me AIDS." And I was like,
Also,
dude, can we just have a beer and fucking watch this fucking music?
Forget about if you would call someone gay or straight. When you just be like, shut the fuck up, dude. Yeah, we all want to have sex with people. Shut up. These goddamn gays running around won't shut the fuck up about it.
I had a kid in college. I talk about him a lot because there was this one particular instance where he was, I say he had like a medical need for pussy.
Yeah, we hate those guys. We always talk about that.
Shut up, dude. And there was one time where he was like, "Yo, look at this hot chick. Look at this hot chick coming up." And we were driving, and I was sitting past her. He was driving. And we got to the hot chick, and it was a guy with long hair. And I was like, "Just wait until you're sure it's a woman.
It's a reverse
before
Pat.
you say
that's a reverse Pat.
It's a fucking hot guy you want to fuck. Like, just wait until we're 100 feet closer to them. Like, it's such a weird thing, dude." And Pat was just like every guy. I was like, "Shut up, dude."
I just need dick in hole. Murder my hole is tough.
The biggest news, I think. I made a promise to Michael Greer. Greer, where you at?
Greer Z. Justin Trudeau stepping down?
Justin Trudeau stepping down. That's not what he wanted to talk about. The Francis walking in on Mintzy beating off is like
the
was
that
craziest
real?
thing that's ever happened.
Was that true?
Yeah, as far as I understand. I haven't spoken to friends about it personally.
Bro, that's always kind of been a thing at Super Bowl houses, and anytime we're on the road, people are joking around. It's like, "Are you jerking off?" Right? We always "Did you do it? Did you not?" Everyone either didn't do it or lied about not doing it. But if you're gonna do it, you'd have to be like, "I cannot let anyone at work catch me jerking off." The fact that he just during waking hours without a locked door in probably a communal type of house was just like, I don't know, insane. In fucking insane. Makes me even think less of Mintzy's cognitive ability. That's crazy,
dude. This is the image of, he's a big guy. Just if you looked in, just the way his
get under there.
If you saw someone of Mintzy's size or masturbating, and depending on what angle you saw it from, there's a good chance you don't see his face. You know what I mean? It's just
you're gonna say his dick.
It's just because the way I picture it in my head is the door's right there, the bed's right here. So Francis is coming in looking down the barrel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so you just see dick. But you'd be like, what is behind that? Because, again, depending on your angle, there's a chance that Mintzy's face is just, blocked by his stomach. And it's just a fucking dick jerked off. I don't know how you go back to that. I don't understand how you look someone in the eye after that. Even Mintzy playing part of my take afterwards. It's dude, you just gotta, you gotta go to... Sleep cures everything. Sleep fixes everything.
Sleep is the only escape.
Sleep, so you just have to go to bed. Whatever time it is.
3 p.m.
You have to go to bed, and you wake up the next day, new
that
day.
Never happened.
Nothing.
Yeah.
No one knows anything.
Start fresh.
Every day is fucking...
Probably both of them. Francis needs to go to sleep too. Probably.
You just see something awful. You're like, I'm going to bed. I'm going to go to bed right now.
Did not happen, bro.
I am curious. If there was video, I'd watch it though.
Of Mintzy jerking off?
No. Oh.
Only from
just Mintzy jerking off.
I'd watch.
I thought you meant I would like to see Francis walk in and be like, I do not want video of Mintzy jerking off. I disagree with you there.
I'll take them both. I'd like a wide shot and a Francis POV angle. Dude, a Francis POV angle would be so funny because his head popped.
Hey, Francis, what the hell are you doing? I'm not allowed to know. Well, perfect segue into Jackie. I don't think you've seen this yet. This is mean, but I think I have to play this. It's very funny. It's super accurate, and it's just a commentary on what's been going on at this company. It's really the case. This guy Lucas made this video. I think he's in the Legion of Skanks universe.
Yo!
What's up?
Barstool Sports just hired a big fat guy.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Why is that awesome?
He's also disabled, dude. That's awesome. Now the whole gang has someone to crack wise about. This is so cool. Now while the gang's cracking wise, they have someone to make fun of. Yo, we have to go to Kentucky.
I'm not going to Kentucky.
No, Dave just rated a piece of pizza at 7.2. That's good for him. No, he's like a really hard raider. 7.2. Oh my god, they're being slightly inappropriate about sports. They're being slightly inappropriate about sports again. They're not doing it in a conventional way. They're being a little bit different. They're cracking wise. Is everyone sitting down?
Yeah, we're sitting
They
down.
just hired another fat disabled guy.
I mean, we're on a little bit of a run. 1 is, funny. 2 is, wow. 3 is a pattern. 4, 5, 6. We have an institutional,
But it like also I'll say though, like fat guys are funny.
It plays.
Fat guys
It
are
plays.
funny. I don't know.
Beef being good at golf is ridiculous. People of that size being good at anything like that is going to be funny.
It's fun. It's like the first time Frank was like putting or something like that, and people say it looks like Bowser.
It's
And I was
very
like,
funny.
Funny.
How about Frank running?
Frank runs?
Frank ran for the first time in 18 years.
Yeah.
He just like ran down the block. Pretty fucking crazy.
Go run and clean up my apartment.
Sorry.
Jenks, I do got to give a shout out to Jenks. Jenks gave Feitelberg for the Secret Santa a couple weeks ago. He gave Feitelberg 3 deep cleanings for his apartment. So now Jenks is really, really trying to make up for it.
But
now you're putting.
When he pulled your name, he was like, fuck.
But that just means that Jenks is putting, a bunch of Hispanic children out of work. So, good job there, Jenks. Another fuck up by you. Just messing up illegal immigrants' lives now. All right, we got voicemails?
Wait, I had
What you got?
I had just really quick thing. First of all, wait, I really only have 2 things. One's a quick funny story. I had one weekend in Vermont. My friends came up with like their kids, and I like hanging out with kids. Like kids know like you want to wrestle, go see Uncle Johnny.
Yeah.
And so like me and their son, who's like 5, would wrestle a lot. And then we'd be watching movies at night, and he'd come up and he'd whisper to me. He'd go, Uncle Johnny, you want to go play rough? And I'd be like, yeah, but stop asking it like that.
Bro, there is. So you understand? Do you understand that means there is a 100% chance that little Danny went to his mom and said like, I was playing rough with Uncle John.
Well, I think they would hear that on the couch. I'd be like, yeah, stop asking like that.
Raise your hand at school. I play rough with my uncle. We're calling the principal. Call the guidance counselor.
And then we would just ruin everyone's experience watching the movie because what we were playing was he was a bull and he'd run at me and then he'd knock me down. It was exhausting, dude. It was a nightmare. But I was like, he's like, all right, now I'm a bull. And then he'd fucking storm at me and he'd hit me and I'd fall and he'd go, get back up. And I'd get back up and he'd walk to the other side of the room. And like, this is what we did for like 3 hours straight.
Yeah.
But it was very funny. But I was like, you got to stop asking like this, dude.
Play rough.
But then the other thing I had was, this is wild. So I was reading this article the other day about basically our need as humans for diversion. And just like we need to divert our attention from things and blah, 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 blah. And it talks a lot about phones, but it's actually kind of interesting where the phone's not really a symptom. I'm sorry, it's a phone. It's not because of the phone we do it. We've always done it. It's just.
But there is, before you finish this, the phones are, I was thinking about this the other day, actually. It's funny you bring this up. It's great. Like phones, no joke, no secret here, but like, changed the history of humanity in such a crazy way.
But it was, and without a doubt, 100%.
Because we always joke, you'd read the newspaper, you'd read the back of the thing, but you run out of things, or you know what I mean?
But now you have you always forever. So that's what it was saying. Where like we've always had that inclination of like, oh no, I don't have anything to do.
Yeah.
Like, excuse me. It was saying like a lot like the human experience is to avoid boredom. blah, blah, blah. In this day and age, it's a lot harder to avoid boredom because, excuse me, Jesus Christ.
Throwing up, it's so gross here.
I apologize to anyone who has like
No,
noise
that's-
canceling.
That's getting cut. We've always experienced boredom. It's our job to avoid it. Yada yada. The phone is just, it's our easy access to avoid that boredom.
Yeah.
But like, everyone was always trying to do that.
Yeah.
And but it said this. I found this crazy. In 2014, psychologists at the University of Virginia and Harvard University set about to investigate people's experience of boredom. Subjects were asked to simply sit alone in a room doing nothing for 6 to 15 minutes and were later asked about their experiences. They hated it. The researchers then tested how much the subjects hated it. The authors asked whether the subjects would rather do an unpleasant activity than no activity at all. In one study, participants were given opportunity to experience negative stimulation, parentheses, an electric shock, if they so desired. And guess what?
Get the fuck out of here.
Many participants elected to receive negative stimulation over no stimulation,
Get the fuck out.
especially men.
I was gonna say you would do this.
60, I would 100, I do it at least once. I'd be like, I find out what it's like. Especially men. 67% of men gave themselves at least one shock during the thinking period, compared to 25% of women. In fact, one participant appears to have spent basically the entire time shocking himself, administering 190 shocks in what I can only guess was a desperate bid to avoid being alone with his thoughts.
Yo, that's either you or YP. Only two idiots I know who would do that. But it is scary how little I can be alone with my own thoughts.
See, I actually like
I lay
it.
down at night. I need to listen to a book now. I wake up in the middle of the night, like mind racing. I start to scroll just to I need to not think. I need to have like music or something playing in the shower. I cannot have my own thoughts.
See, I'm
I'm also like clinically depressed.
Like,
if
when
I was
you're
happy, I think I'd be okay. But you know,
when you're thinking, because I don't know if it's because I smoke more weed now that like I think more, but like I basically think all night from like 6 to 1 a.m. And I don't know if I'm normal or if I'm weird. Like, I just think about all of my feelings and I just find out why I think that way, why I feel them.
I kind of feel like I do that too. Like, I can't watch TV or movies as well because like I get so distracted by my thoughts.
I get like I'm like TV's on, but I'm like, unless I'm so it's if I'm watching a movie or a show, I'm locked in. If I'm just like the Bruins are on or like a football game's on, then I'm kind of like, but I just like trace back everything I felt that day, and I just find out why I felt that. Or at least
really
good for you.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ.
But no, I'm wondering, is that good or bad? You think? Like,
I think it's good. I think people who don't do that are the ones who like suppress all their feelings until they. But I mean,
it feels good. I like it. I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm high or if it's just.
I also think you're in a better spot. You know.
For sure.
I think if you were doing that to yourself a few years ago, you know, you'd be like, when you're going through thoughts about feelings that are bad, and you end up with being like, oh, I like shouldn't have done that, or you know what I mean? Then it's like, fuck. But if you're like, I'm writing, I'm working on Out of Order, I'm happy, then it's all good stuff.
Yeah. It's not all good. No, but it's actually not all good stuff. But like, I end up in a good spot afterwards. I'm like, okay, I get why I acted that way or why I did that.
Emotionally high IQ.
Yeah.
I know. Like, I'm unsure. Every night I'm like,
No,
Like,
I don't
Give
get
an
to the
example.
answer to
Give
that
an
one. I'm always like,
example.
am I a fucking lunatic for this?
No, I think. Well, you know, people that you're a serial killer, it's like it's because they're not mature enough to face their own feelings. Most of us can't do that. Want to do that? Should do that? Can't do that? You know. I think that's why I like playing video games. Is like, I'm like focused. It's just like a task to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like I need to like get through this level or beat this ball or whatever silly, dumb, like childish thing it is. But it's just like a beginning and an end that I'm thinking about that thing rather than just because even if I am watching TV, I'll just be like, my mind's racing.
Yeah.
It's like I just want to stop. But if it's something passive, I think I end up just thinking, you know. But if I'm doing something, that's also why like I'm just always making videos or you know what I mean? Just like keep going.
Right.
I will eventually probably commit suicide.
That's like 7 warning signs that you've given.
I will never do that. That's never even been a thought in my mind. But I do need to Clean some things up going on up here. You don't have to worry about me killing myself, though.
Oh, wait. Before voicemails, February 6th to 8th, I'm doing shows in D.C. with Francis Ellis.
Woo! Your boy's a real comedian.
So please come. It'll be fun.
Where's this, D.C.?
Yeah, I actually don't even know where in D.C. I should probably check that out.
Dude, that's a real comic. You're doing a real weekend with him.
That's crazy.
I'm very excited. I was so fucking dumb and like just so lame asking Francis. Like I don't even know. Like I feel bad because like I don't even know if that's like kosher.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
to
they have
go-
so many goddamn like unwritten rules.
I know.
And shit
That's
in
what
comedy. Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to like pry. I don't know like if it's like improper for someone to ask if they can be an opener, but like do you mind if I like open for some shows for you? And he was very excited and he was very kind and very nice about it. So
that's great for both of you.
I hope you guys come out. It is February 6th, 7th, and 8th. I think there were 2 shows every night at the DC Comedy Loft. So come get tickets. It's fun.
Wow.
It's fun.
You're doing it.
Yeah, right as I said about an hour ago, I was like, yeah, that bubble's bursting. I'm like,
Let's get into it.
might as well start trying that.
Mr. As soon as other industries are leeching off of comedy, podcasts are doing comedy. Come on
Let me
down.
see if I can sink my fangs in there real quick.
It is annoying that it's like sometimes I did this with my divorce where I was like, well, if I knew I was going to cave the whole time, I wish I didn't spend tens of thousands of dollars on that fucking lawyer, you know? It's also like, you know, if you knew you were going to end up finally doing this, I wish we started it 5 years ago.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
wouldn't have been good.
But yeah, that like
I
it
think-
has to. You have to play out the course. But it, you know, it's like fuck. I knew this was going to be the end game. I could have done it earlier before the bubble, all that shit. But
not that I think I'm good now, but I would have been bad.
yeah,
and
you
I
need,
think
you need the experience, you need the confidence, you need the time. You know, all
Yeah.
that. It all happens for a reason. But sometimes I'm like, even with my shit, I'm like, I don't know, I wouldn't have caved until I needed to.
yeah.
But
It's,
apple storage is there, but you know what I mean. All right, so February 6th to 8th, DC, was it, which one?
DC Comedy Loft.
Comedy Loft. The NFL playoffs are here. What a field they have, man. This is a weird year of football. The MVP, someone's going to get paid out on MVP, man. There's like 6 legitimate MVP contenders. I don't think I've ever seen that in my life.
No, it's been
Like the fact that like Saquon Barkley has no shot to win it is like crazy.
Yeah.
You know, like I was watching Gruden's video of like who he thinks it is, and he had everyone listed out, and I was like, oh well, that's like he put Josh Allen at the end there, like he ruined the big reveal, and then he was like, it's Joe Burrow, and I was like, I forgot about Joe Burrow. I mean, you could say it absolutely should be Lamar, it absolutely should be Josh Allen, it definitely could be Josh. If Burrow made the playoffs, that kind of probably hurts him there. Sam Darnold, Jared Goff, and Saquon. Those all are like legitimate. Any other year would probably be a lock.
Yeah.
And there's 6 of them. Crazy, man. So whether you had a future on one of those bets, or maybe you're still placing an MVP bet, whether you're going to get in on the NFL slate, we got Wild Card Weekend coming up. They got you covered on all the best bets, lines, spreads, props, touchdowns. They got that first touchdown, second touchdown. They got all sorts of different ways to make your money for one of the best betting times of the year, the NFL playoffs. Of course, you still got the NBA. The NBA, we're about to see the second best regular season matchup of all time. The like 32-4 Celtic Cavs are playing like the 36-5 Thunder.
Really?
There's only one other time. It was the Warriors versus the Spurs in the 73-9 year. They matched up with like both had like 40 wins and like 5 losses. It was crazy. So you can bet on basketball. You got of course hockey, baseball's coming, pitchers and catchers soon. So whatever it is you're betting on, DraftKings has you covered with the best lines, props, bets, all of it at the #1 sportsbook app in the world. That's DraftKings. And right now use promo code KFC. You bet $5, one Finsky, one Abraham Lincoln. You get $200 in bonus bets immediately. So go to DraftKings.com, download the sportsbook app. Use promo code KFC, bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets. All right, we got Jamie. Let's go.
What's up, KFC? Fights. Jackie, what's up? Bavs crew, everybody. Shout out BC. So this
Wait, by the way.
podcaster-
Pabs has COVID. 2025 COVID. Ick. Okay. Worse than the cancer people. Like, you have COVID? I'm not fucking that guy. He got COVID 5 years after the fact.
COVID.
It's called COVID-19, bro. It's 2025.
I've actually been crazy sick for a week. Today's the first day I feel good. I might add COVID too, but
I don't talk about it because I'm not a pussy.
like it's saying you have COVID is crazy. Yeah, shingles, dude. Like there's.
He also texted yesterday being like, hey, I just tested positive for COVID. Like TBD if I'm in tomorrow. I was like, definitely don't.
He
come
said that to
in.
me too. He's like, I'll definitely be in on Tuesday. I was like, we don't
You
record on
just-
Tuesday. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
It's not like a real job. It's not like a Timothee Chalamet 14-hour day. You can just fucking
come
show up
whenever
when
you want,
to.
dude.
Yeah. I don't know. You could never show up again.
So KFC fights except
of intrusive thoughts a lot. You know, you're driving down a 2-lane road and the thought pops in your head, hey, you should turn the wheel left in oncoming traffic. Obviously, you don't do it. Or if you're staring over the edge of a 4-story balcony, you should jump. We all get those. At least I think if you're normal, you get them. You don't act on them. Anyway, take intrusive thoughts. We're going to set it aside for a second. I've been rewatching The Boys, one of my favorite shows of all time. For those of you who haven't seen it, it's superheroes who live in the real world, who get marketed and advertised and put in movies and merchandise and stuff, and it all kind of turns them into assholes. One of the supes in the show, I'm not going to say who it is because it's a little spoilery, has the power to manipulate blood of themselves and of other people, which can lead to exploding hands, exploding heads, exploding dicks. We saw that in Gen V. Entire bodies, just boom, gone. Which got me to thinking, what do you guys think is the worst superpower to have for an intrusive thought of any sort to come in and just ruin your entire day? Say you have the...
I don't totally understand.
First of
the
all,
question.
I don't have those thoughts. I know that's kind of like a trope. I remember you telling me sometimes that you would be like when you would walk home, you'd like look at a building and be like, if I were to jump off that, would it kill me?
Well, you know what's funny
I don't.
I
was always like,
when I don't have them as much anymore, but like when I
See? You're not
used to have suicidal ideations a lot, it would always be jumping, but I never have a jumping intrusive thought. Like I have like the swerve and all that stuff.
you actually have.
Yeah, not a lot. Not like I used to have everything a lot more, but like I've had that. But like I think there's a difference between like intrusive thoughts and suicidal ideations. And like when I would have suicidal ideations, like it was jump.
You were really, but you were thinking like I'm gonna do it, or you were like, if I were to do it, I would do it this way.
It was
or, like,
more like if I were to do it, is
Yeah.
how I'm gonna do it. I was
same
never
way that, like,
I was never like getting up the courage, like all right, we're gonna do it.
The same
It
way
was
that it's like if the bad guy's breaking the room right now, how am I gonna?
yeah,
like
yeah,
that sort of shit.
It would be like laying in bed, like not feeling good, and like looking out and being like, that'll fix it.
Not great. I never. That's why I was saying before.
But I never have
had
it. I never have that as an intrusive thought. So I wonder if that like somehow makes it
But
more
isn't it
real.
kind of?
But
isn't
like
that
if
kind
I'm
of an
on
intrusive-
a building looking over the edge,
you're never
I'm
like,
never
I'm gonna do
like
it. Got it, yeah.
I'm never like jump.
Yeah.
Like it's only like when I'm feeling really sad.
Premeditated.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
let's make sure you're never really sad on a fucking rooftop. That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Were you doing the nighttime thought processes during your suicidal?
No, what's
errors?
that?
Like your
you-
nighttime.
Oh no.
Wow.
No.
No, I think that's the point.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I was-
That's why you're not having that shit anymore.
My mom, like, she kept making me listen to, like, a bunch of podcasts and everything, like, mental health stuff over the break. And one of them is, like, this woman does, like, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you do something.
No,
Sorry,
I actually that's one I do a lot. Is if it takes under 5 seconds, if it's gonna take you under 5 minutes, just do it now.
Oh, I do,
And-
like, yeah.
So
Bro,
it's
everything in the world.
yeah.
Anything that takes more than 5 minutes.
I do it all the time, like in my apartment, like walking by
Rounds of
something
sex?
where like I'll clean that up later.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like, it's
yeah,
gonna take. Let's just pick it up now. And
That's a great way to live.
it's been pretty nice.
It's the like I think that is like the hallmark of depression is when you don't do that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like why I'm always like, I let the tickets build up or all those little things that I don't do. It's like just
100%.
fucking do them.
It's
There is
just-
something.
It's just anything. It's momentum.
Yeah,
it's
but-
like anything in any world. Like,
but
all right, I'm
it's
doing
the same
something there.
thing as like paying a ticket is not like you did anything, but like you trick yourself into thinking you accomplished something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The same way as like I go out and drive around or whatever, and then it's like I can do nothing. It's like just make yourself think you're doing it. But there really is something like I can be like, just do that, and I'm not gonna do it. The same thing with like eating the ice cream. It's like I don't eat the ice cream. No, I ate the ice cream. It is like a weird addiction, opposite way where it's like I am not doing it.
Yeah.
I know I should. It's super easy. It'll take 2 seconds. No, that's crazy. God damn it.
What's the 5-second thing though?
But basically, it's just like, I don't know, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then you do it. And then, but
same thing though, momentum.
Yeah.
Like,
But then the woman was saying, she was like, we know of like 13 people who have like stopped suicide because they like did this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule. Like they just had like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and standing off the edge. But I was like,
That feels the opposite to me.
but you're not hearing about all the people who use 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 throw themselves off the building. Like there's probably so many. I just thought that was funny.
Yeah, that's
that's
don't
very
know.
funny.
Failed suicide cases, they could have been using all of the tricks.
Yeah.
You don't fucking know.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna take a step one way or the other.
Yeah.
Fuck, it was that way.
She's like, I told you it's effective. I told you. So.
As far as worst superpower while having intrusive thoughts, like so if you haven't seen that, that girl can just like make your blood shoot out your eyeballs and you're dead. So if you just have
give
the
you
thought, it
Ebola?
happens. Yeah, probably you can just turn your blood into AIDS.
Well, no, but I mean that's basically Ebola, right?
Oh yeah.
just bleed
But
out,
it's
yeah.
more like it
Explosion.
shoots out of your head. That's a pretty tough one to. I think it would have to be something with like eyesight. Like if you just looked at something, like Medusa.
Yeah.
Like you look at something and it turns you to stone. It's
Well, the
like,
Midas touch, same thing.
Yeah,
Right?
that's a
Like,
good one,
Everything. Well, not really. Everything you touch turns to gold.
don't
I don't,
touch.
I don't want everything I touch to turn to gold.
Yeah, that's true.
I like to eat.
Yeah, trying to grab it. Yeah, those ones I think. Anything where it's like passive, you have to look, you have to breathe, you have to touch.
I still maybe I don't know about superpowers enough. So what is the worst power to have for an intrusive thought?
Where like if you had the intrusive thoughts and acted on them, like this girl, like if you have like super strength, but I'm like a mile away from you, I can't like kill you. You know what I mean? But if I can just like make your blood boil from a distance, like, and I have the intrusive thought, like, it's gonna be bad. There are certain superpowers like there's still a limit to like what you can and can't do.
Yeah.
This is like from a distance, I can just like make your blood boil, explode, kill you. So if I have the intrusive thoughts, you're dead.
I don't know. This is a tough one
If
for
you
me.
have the power of
I'm
flight,
still not really
you have
grasping
the
it.
urge to fly, you're not fucking gonna hurt anybody.
Probably sex addiction.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking something along the lines of that. Some sort of sex shit where it's like,
I mean, it's probably like I was kind of joking, but now it's probably like definitively like the worst one.
yeah, it's like,
If I'm addicted to sex and I have a superpower,
we know the real one.
yeah,
Like that.
yeah,
Not just regular sex.
yeah.
The bad sex.
That's what I'm saying. You're addicted
Right.
to sex. You can have sex whenever you want. That's not going to end out too well every time.
Right. Ask Joy Taylor.
Is sex addiction a superpower? I don't know if I answered that question right.
Actually, I think he was going to give a example. Whatever.
Hello. So my girlfriend puts barbecue sauce on her steak whenever we grill steaks. I think it's pretty fucking rude, if you're gonna ask me. Like, I'm putting effort into grilling, a medium rare steak, and she decides to put barbecue sauce on it. It's stupid. But she puts like barbecue sauce or A1 or something. And I just want to punch her in the nose. But let me know what you think. Like, I maybe like in a nice setting, when you have like a mushroom sauce, is good.
Sauce?
But
I hate this shit, man.
I agree with him wholeheartedly. Like, I think any
I
of
do
that.
not.
No. I agree with him wholeheartedly in the second part. Like, it's basically unless you're at like a Michelin place, you can put whatever the fuck you want. on it.
Agreed. Yes, there are certain probably times, but even then,
No, if you're at a Michelin place, just don't. And like then you, if you're at a Michelin place and you're like, I would like some ketchup, you just don't go to a Michelin place.
you're right. But it's also like, why the fuck do you care?
Yeah, no, it's there isn't, but it's one of those things like I don't care, but it does bother me.
I mean, if I went to a place, if I was eating like French fries at a Michelin place and I wanted ketchup, I think that's okay.
Yeah, I get, but I get, yeah. If they serve
if
fries,
you're just sitting there on your, $100 Wagyu steak, like
Yeah.
whacking the fucking 57 to put your ketchup on, I get it, but I'm also like, shut the fuck up.
it's like like someone like watching a movie like on someone on their phone in the theater or at a movie where you're like, it shouldn't bother me, but it does bother. Like, why are you here then? Like,
Right.
you know what I mean?
If you're not gonna eat this, you're paying extra. You're coming here, and then you're just making it taste like ketchup.
Yeah,
But I don't know. It's also just like, hey, bro, if I want it, I'm paying for it. I'm gonna fucking do it.
No, it is.
Or I can maybe understand like the chef. I mean, this guy acting like I'm slaving over the steak. It's like whether you cook the steak like well or medium well or whatever. It's like you're doing.
It took
this
8
on the grill.
minutes.
Yeah,
It's a
It's 6
steak.
minutes versus 8 minutes. Like, whatever, dude. If you're like a Michelin star chef, but even then, it's like part of me would be like, I'm not going. I will eat the food as prepared. Until I see that chef being a fucking asshole, and then I'd be like, "Give me the fucking ketchup." Yeah. Then I want to do it because then I'm like, "Why do you fucking care so much?" I mean, it all. This is an extreme case, the Michelin star shit. The more basic one is the meat thing. How do you cook your meat?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Let me cook it to a hockey puck if I want to. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? I don't know. What if you I don't know, you can't eat like raw meat or something. You need to like make sure your body, you don't know what the fuck people let the people who are paying for their fucking food eat it the way they want to eat it,
I very largely agree with that. But also like I'm gonna make fun of you.
Well, okay.
Like-
So then the other thing is like, but at the same time, you're white trash for putting barbecue sauce on your steak.
Yeah.
So we will make fun of you. I will call you lowbrow. I will call you low class. But I will never be like, you can't do that.
Right.
But there are consequences to your actions. You are garbage. I like above ground pools. People will call me white trash. But don't tell me I can't swim in an above ground pool. I want it, So yeah, if you're putting, ketchup on your steak, you're a child. You're eating like chicken fingers every day. You're a child. But if that's what I want to do, and
There is something to like shared experiences though, and I think this kind
doing
of
it the right way.
just like we're all eating the same thing, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, again,
that I don't
if
agree
you're
with
at a restaurant where what you're eating is unique, and like if we're doing something that we're supposed to talk about. Like, that's why, like, if we're watching a movie together and someone's on their phone, I'm like, well, then why are we even watching this movie? 'Cause
Together,
we
you
can't
just
talk.
go, yeah.
Well, if you want to watch nonsense and play on your phone, I'm fine with that. But
Right,
like, let's do that.
Yeah,
Versus, like, I don't want to. We're sitting here watching, like, I don't know, like, whatever movie, but then, like, afterwards, we're going to talk about what we think about it. And you're not going to know what the fuck you're going to say.
Yeah, but I also think that's, like, you got to make sure that people on the, like, if I'm not on that page, if it's just like, I don't know, we're roommates or some shit, it's like, we hang out every night. So I don't want to have, like, this conversation about the movie every night. Sometimes we put it on, I'll be on my phone. Blah, blah, blah.
No,
but if
that's-
it's like, we're on a date or something, we're going to this thing, we're going to this restaurant, we're going to this movie to do this thing together, and you're doing it the wrong way or checked out or whatever, I can understand.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
like we're
yeah.
having a shared experience, but you're completely altering the experience, and we're not going to be able to talk about it.
Right.
That isn't as fun to do with somebody.
Yeah, it's like I took you to a concert and you're not listening to the music and singing the music.
Yeah.
You're fucking,
It's like, how are we gonna talk about this afterwards?
Yeah.
Like-
yeah, it's like I mean, yeah, I totally agree with that. But food is also a little bit different where it's like, if I don't like something and I like it this way and I don't like it that way, and I know that, I'm not going to just like eat something I don't like.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean? Just because. Like,
But like that's my
I took
point.
a bite.
Like,
I'd rather have it with ketchup. I'm having ketchup.
99% of restaurants are not necessarily like a shared experience. It's more like we're having a meal and we're just talking.
Yeah.
But if you're going to a place that is like, oh, we're gonna
Eat the sushi in the dark or
Yeah.
some shit, and you don't do that. Yeah. It's
like, oh, what did you? Oh, yeah, that did taste a little weird. Oh, I like that. Like,
But in a situation like this, I tend to lean towards the boyfriend who's just cooking the steak, acting like he's the fucking pope and needs to be respected. You're the asshole, not her. She might be a little bit childish and white trash, but you're the asshole. Our boy Ian, what do we got?
What's up, KFC Radio gang? So I was eating lunch the other day, and my brother was over, and he just walks in and absolutely cooks me to death, cooks my shit, burnt like Frank's ribs, and I had no comeback, no words, so I'm just going to put in the video here. My brother just called my lunch the Autism Speaks meal. I have no words, I have no comeback. He got my ass. I mean, what are we talking about? Now, as you can see,
Okay, so this is good. Following up the food voicemail here. This meal, the Autism Speaks meal is the dinosaur chicken nuggets and some sort of smiley face. What are those, like
it's like a fry.
potato? Yeah.
That's a crazy thing to eat.
I mean, autism. This is what my kids eat.
Yeah. There's a difference between
children's meal.
Kids snacks, which I do, and kids food. When you're eating kids food, that's weird.
Now, to be fair, when I make the nuggets for my kids, I make like a whole pack, and I eat 5 or 6.
That's different. If you're firing them up for yourself, that's crazy.
What if I'm making them for my kids, and I'm also putting in a whole amount that's a full meal for
That's fine. It's still fine. As long as kids are involved, you're fine.
But if I break out the dino nuggets.
If there are no children in the home.
And I'm making dino nuggets.
And you're going
what if I'm making not dino nuggets, just regular nuggets? Like toastable, air fryable chicken nuggets. Because that's what dino nuggets are, just shaped like dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But they make ones that are just nugget shaped.
I think it's still weird.
What if they also make them like a patty?
Weird. You have to throw
Tender.
Tender's
Now, if
allowed.
it's a finger tendy, you're good?
Tender's
That's
allowed.
bullshit. That is fucking bullshit, but you're not wrong. I mean, they eat chicken nuggets and pasta 100 times a week. And I'm always like, shit slaps. Shit's good.
I don't like kids' food. Kids snacks, every
Really?
time I'm like, I get this. But kids' food, I'm like...
Like chicken nuggets and tenders.
I don't like the taste is too, like... I don't know. I guess like frozen.
Guy up in his fucking
trashy.
Vermont cabin, eating Michelin star food the way it's intended to be.
Eating jam, making jam.
Yeah, jam preserves.
Dude, red pepper jam.
I'm on this monster prosciutto, cheese, Ritz crackers, fig kick.
Oh.
Bro, I get this new to me, cheese. Sartori cheese, black pepper and salt crusted on like the outside. 18-month prosciutto.
Making adult Lunchables.
Ritz crackers, and then the fig spread. And I will put down a whole thing of Ritz, a whole block of cheese, and almost a whole thing of prosciutto.
Oh, I know how you got off ice cream.
But those are different worlds to me.
Yeah.
That's like I'll have that for like lunch or dinner. That's like meat, cheese, whatever. That's not replacing the I'll do that and then something else. But
What's that cheese that's like the bourgeois something? It's like the circular one, and it's
I don't know the
actually
names
crap.
of any cheeses. But
It's like a brand of
Have
cheese,
you
not
ever
like a-
seen?
I don't like anything hard. No hard cheese, but a soft cheese.
Have you ever seen the cheese reserve? Why does this keep falling on me? There is this place in America. I don't know where it is. You know, at the end of Indiana Jones, where they put the Ark of the they put the Ark of the Covenant in that like gigantic warehouse.
Yeah.
It's a gigantic warehouse like that, full of cheese, because they need to control the dairy markets,
Oh, it's just like
like burn like
Blood
clothes
diamonds.
and shit like that. Yeah, or
Yeah.
diamonds. Yes. So like when I don't know, you have too many cows, too much milk, too much cheese, and the price would go down. They just throw it in this fucking gigantic cave. And I mean, it is just wheels of cheese. So, like when the fucking apocalypse hits, send me to this place. Man. By the way, speaking of apocalypse, my kids are going through this phase where they are obsessed with cursing. Who can curse? Who's allowed to curse? Which words are curse words? Can I say crap? Can I say damn? The F word, the whole nine. And they're just, I mean, literally every day, nonstop questions about it. Keegan says to me the other day, I hope that there is a zombie apocalypse so that I'll be able to curse because I won't have to worry about going on timeout.
hell yeah.
And I want it to be like,
I want to do one thing on this planet. It's say fuck.
Yeah, I almost want it to be like, you know what, brother? I'm going to give you the next 6 minutes. Go nuts.
Go home, dress as a zombie.
Get it out of your
Whatever you want to
system,
say,
bro.
you can say it while I'm chasing you.
Fuck shit, bitch! Ah!
Once I catch you, it's off.
I was having thoughts that I was like, I think I should stop cursing. Like, my kids are really obsessing over this. They're, like, stressing about it. They don't know what to do. I think they definitely heard me curse. They've heard some of my videos. They've said to me, well, are you allowed to? If Taylor Swift's allowed to. I'm like, this is like a thing.
You and the big two.
I have become one of those parents that, like, I'm not going to complain about it, but it is kind of a thing where it's like, she was listening to a bunch of Taylor Swift, and then there's that song where she says "fuck it" 100,000 times in a row. And I'm
Which
like,
one's that?
She says "fuck it if I can't have him, fuck it if I can't have him."
Oh, yeah.
Like she says it like 50 times in a row, and I'm like, this is annoying because now I have my kid fucking. Damn it, Taylor! I wish you didn't do that. I used to be one of those kids. Like, don't let your fucking kid listen to it. It's like, I don't know. She was listening to Sabrina Carpenter, and now all she's talking about is guys coming inside her. Like I don't know what to do, man. I'm not mad at Sabrina, but fuck, this sucks. I get it now. But I was like, I think, she should just stop cursing. They're gonna start listening to my stuff. They hear me more. I'll just stop cursing. Second later, I'm making this fucking guy. Shut the fuck up. I can't stop. It's in my blood. Anyway, last voicemail, or was that
That
was it? All right, we're back in the swing of things. Surviving Barstool. We'll be back tonight as we record this. You'll be watching episode 2 of this week. It's this week and next week, right? Are the last 2?
Yeah, I think 15th is the final.
So I know some people were complaining about the break. You're going to come back and watch. You know you are. So stop complaining and just fucking watch it. As everyone says, we're going to see. Right now, I think there is 2 divides. The people who are on Survivor, who, admittedly do have the inside info. They know what happened. And the people outside of surviving. The people who are on it were like, this is going to be explosive. And I feel like most of us outside of it are kind of like, I don't think it's going to be that explosive.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll find out. They saw it, so they have the inside info, but I also think
it's tonight's
skewed.
Episode is the big one, I think. I think tonight
starts. I don't know if tonight's like the one.
Well, whatever it is, it's already, it's not spoiling for anything because they'll have already watched it. But I think tonight's the Pink Wedding. Which I think is like
that is the one. Okay.
That's like I think is like the big thing.
But
if it's not, can you cut that?
Mm-hmm.
But I think tonight is like supposed to be the big thing.
I
also like
the debate
everything
to
we
me,
have
though,
to like everyone talks about so much, like everyone here is so fucking dramatic.
I know. So the thing is, if all of this happens, if all the drama and explosiveness they keep alluding to happens within the gameplay, I think people will just be like, that's Survivor.
Yeah.
It's going to take some drastic, like, this affects outside the game stuff to really shake things up. I mean, I remember Dave being like, Jersey Jerry is dead to me. And then now he's like, laughing at Jerry. It all blows over.
The whole Survivor thing is so silly. Like, it's
bad for business.
But
it's bad for business.
Like having been on the show, and everyone's always like, you don't know until you're in the show. It's a fucking show, man.
Yeah, it's a game.
If you like anyone who like takes it that seriously is fucking weird.
I do think it's more stressful than you realize, but also to let it like really affect. That's also what made me mad about like our season. Like when Che bailed on us, I was like, you really can't just play this game. You have to make it about like your whole life. We would have won the game, the 3 of us. You fucking idiot. So it's almost like taking it too seriously it's kind of like a little bit paradoxical. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like taking it seriously.
We'll get like when Jerry and maybe he's serious about it. I don't know. I haven't checked to see if he's worked with anyone since then.
Yeah, when he was like, I'm never working with anybody.
I'll never work with any of those people. Like,
I do think some people carried grudges for sure.
But that's insane to me.
Well, I'm not saying it's right or it's not or it's not crazy, but look around, bro.
It's like fucking.
I just want to crack wise. I'm just here to crack wise.
If you don't want to get shot at, don't join the army.
Yeah.
And like we joined the army to play a show, and then everyone's like,
he told me he wasn't going to vote for me.
Yeah. It's the game.
That's what I mean.
That's the game.
If all of the hubbub is like, he told me he wasn't going to vote for me and he did. He backstabbed me. It's like, no fucking clue.
It's
no kidding.
I don't get it.
I don't know what it would take for me to really be like,
voted
oh,
me out,
shit.
I like my entire reaction would have been like, whoa, you fucking got me, dude.
Yeah,
I didn't think you were going to do that. That's the game. Like, you lied to me? Lying's the game.
The game, yeah. I don't know what it would take for me to be like, there's no coming back from this.
Right.
But that's how they're acting. So I part of me is like, I want it to deliver, but I'm also like, no, I don't. That would be bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm definitely gonna make fun of everybody if I'm like, they voted him out. They voted her out. She won, they won, he won. Like no fucking kidding. Like, so
someone had to win the game we started playing.
Yeah. Right. But yeah, you know these people around here. You never know. So, all right, check out Survivor. We'll be back on Thursday. Get your tickets to John and Francis's show, DC Comedy Loft, February 6th through 8th. And we'll see you next time. All right, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Click that button.
Or I'll cut off my finger.